Welcome to Frisco, Texas, where it was 70 degrees yesterday. 12 hours later, it's now snowing. But that didn't stop the 12,000 plus Bison fans from tailgating early this morning. It's cold, but this isn't Fargo cold. JMU fans out early today, too. They're all ready for a rematch of the 2017 National Championship. They've been the best two teams all season. Get ready, number 1 versus number 2 for the FCS national title. That is snow you see on the field here at Toyota Stadium. Some people were sensible and had warm-ups on. Some, not so much. Maybe might want to put on a shirt in the snow, but hey, it's cold here, but I've heard that it's negative 20 back in Fargo, so this is nothing for those guys. Welcome inside Toyota Stadium here in Frisco, Texas for the FCS National Championship pregame show. Chris Budden joined by Rini Angolia. Jay Walker will join us in just a second. So North Dakota State versus James Madison University. Rini, this is turning into a really fun rivalry in the past couple years. What excites you most about today's game?
Well, I love the fact that the best two teams all year long made it through the FCS gauntlet, made it through the playoff gauntlet to get here and meet today.
You talk about how great this Bison team has been. They don't call it Fargo, Texas for nothing. It's because they're used to being here. Usually it's not snowing when they're here, but their domination over the past decade, you just look at their win streak, 36 straight wins, 136 wins in the past decade. That's more than any other team. And oh yeah, they've been here to Frisco 7 of the last 8 years.
You hear the word culture a lot in college football, and North Dakota State has a great culture. There doesn't matter what head coach gets inserted in. They're recruiting at a national level now. They're a national brand. They're blue collar, great work ethic, and their results show.
And the reason we bring up the rivalry is because the only time they didn't make it here to Texas was back in 2016, and that was when JMU knocked them off. They went on to have a rematch in 2017 with the Bison winning that one. But JMU, such a good team this year.
Well, they are, and they're starting to recruit at a national level as well. Great brand recognition. They get a lot of transfers, a lot of great players, and the thing I love about JMU is a very experienced team, and oh, by the way, have a chip on their shoulder.
They do. They like some revenge after that 2017 matchup. We get the boring job sitting up here in the seats. Somewhere around this concourse is Jay Walker, who always manages to have some fun. Jay, where you at?
Hey, I don't know where I am, but I'll tell you this much. James Madison showed up. Now, we know for years that they've called it Fargo, Texas, where North Dakota State is definitely here, but JMU is in the house. So is it still Fargo, Texas, or is it Harrisonburg, Texas? We will find out. You talked about the two best teams in the country going at it. I'm excited. The fans are excited. Let's get this thing going, and I'll hear from the coaches a little bit later on, and you'll hear what they had to say. And also, I'm going to keep it moving around the stadium because I'm going to have a lot of fun, but I need to warm up also. Back to you, Chris.
I was about to say, you're going no gloves. I love it. The fans behind you are freezing.
That's going to change.
Not us.
Yeah,
it's chilly out.
I will say I ran into a couple of Fargo fans or North Dakota State fans, and they said, this is colder than any tailgating I've ever done in Fargo, which I don't quite know is sure.
Well, and their games are inside the Fargo Dome, so they're used to a nice climate-controlled environment.
And that may play a difference today as well. Let's get into North Dakota State, how they got here. A lot of people didn't give them a lot of credit, but the coaches say it's taken a lot of maturity, and a lot of that maturity has come from a freshman quarterback.
Yeah, Trey Lance won the Walter Payton Award, which is the Heisman Trophy of the FCS, and it all starts with protecting the football. Unbelievable numbers for Trey, 41 total touchdowns, no interceptions. He's a great runner as well, but the thing I love that North Dakota State does on offense is they spread it around, they rotate a lot of different players in there, and I think this team this year has more speed on their perimeter than they've ever had before, and it has showed very explosive this season.
Yeah, that's not a typo. 41 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, unbelievable for the freshman, but this is going to be a game that's played up front in the trenches. North Dakota State's defense, JMU's defense, the top 2 in the country, and the Bison led by senior defensive end Darren Tuska.
The crazy thing about Tuska is when you look at his numbers, how gaudy they are, he only plays about 35, 36 snaps a game. What North Dakota State does on defense, especially with that defensive line, is they rotate him in and keep him fresh.
Well, let's join Jay Walker, who has found Coach Matt Entz for more on today's game.
Now, we know it's moments before kickoff, and we can do all the talk we want to, but at the end of the day, it comes down to decision makers. And joining me right now, North Dakota State Bison head coach Matt Entz. Coach Entz, congratulations on getting here. Were your team expecting these type of conditions here in Frisco, Texas?
Well, we probably weren't expecting them, but you know, when you look at the weather, it's -20 back home, so this isn't too bad.
Now, you can tell me that, but I know the Fargo Dome, y'all play inside. How many cold weather games have y'all participated in this year, and do you have to do any extra preparation?
You know, probably only one cold weather game. At this time of the year, we don't do a whole lot of extra preparation for the cold weather. That's spring ball, that's fall camp. We're ready to play right now.
Special season for the Bison. You guys are chasing perfection, the perfect season. What's it going to take to get it done?
Well, we're going to have to win the line of scrimmage. We're playing an outstanding football team in James Madison. We need to protect the football, especially in conditions like this. And then we need to win the explosive play battle. We need to get our playmakers to football and see if we can get some big gains during the course of the game and limit their big playmakers.
I know you guys love the team concept down there, but you guys got some special talent at the quarterback position. Freshman Trey Lance, the Walter Payton Award winner for this season. Talk about his impact on the program, and what does he have to do today?
Well, he's been unbelievably steady all year long. He's a grounded individual, very humble. I think last night he was probably a little bit embarrassed about all the attention he was getting back at the hotel from his teammates. Trey is a great leader, and just the fact that you play quarterback, you have to be a great leader, but he has embraced it. He's continued to develop his game. He's improved all year long. Our trust and our ability to add more and more to the game plan as the season's progressed has been outstanding, and I look for him to have a big game today.
I appreciate it. Good luck to you and the Bison Nation. Matt Entz, head coach, North Dakota State. We'll see if they can get it done.
Yep.
Will be interesting what Coach said about the explosive plays today in the snow, in the cold, with these defenses, what they're able to do.
And the interesting thing is I kind of give the advantage to JMU in this weather just because North Dakota State does play in a dome all season, but we'll see. It's starting right now, starting to clear a little bit, so I think that's a good sign for both teams.
Let's take a closer look at JMU now, who's gone 14-1 in the season. That lone loss was to West Virginia week 1. Since then, they have just dominated. And a really interesting story about their quarterback, transferred from Pitt, Ben DiNucci, came over, walked on to JMU, played last year, but they opened up the job again, had to earn it back during the spring, and then has been phenomenal this past season.
This is a redemption year, has been a redemption year for Ben DiNucci. Just too many turnovers last year. Coach Kurt Cignetti said that's why he opened the job, and you know, they got ousted in the playoffs last year by Colgate in a game where Ben DiNucci had 0 touchdown passes and 5 interceptions. So this is a big game for him today. He's played well up to this point.
Yeah, that's been his Achilles heel, up in the turnovers, but how about the defense for JMU as well? We mentioned the top 2 defenses in the country. They're also led up front by a phenomenal defensive end in Rondell Carter.
Well, and Rondell Carter, his numbers are unbelievable. Over 25 tackles for a loss, 12 sacks. And John Daka, the other defensive end, on the other side, the numbers are just as good. I mean, these guys are phenomenal. So the game within the game of that interior line play, can the tight ends of North Dakota State block those 2 dominant defensive ends for JMU? That is a great chess match within the bigger chess match.
And part of that chess match also is with these head coaches. First time being here as head coaches. We join Jay now with Coach Cignetti.
All right, now we're going to hear from the Duke's head football coach, Kurt Cignetti. Coach Cignetti, first thing you did when you got here to the stadium was ask me about the field conditions. You've walked on a little bit. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's Minnesota Viking football. You ought to know about that back when Bud Grant was the head coach. You know what I mean? We weren't expecting the snow and slush, but we got it, so you got to deal with it. We knew it was going to be cold. We knew it was going to be windy. I do think that it'll probably be slick out there, north-south run game, that kind of thing, hard to make hard cuts. So nothing changes. Both teams have to deal with it.
I know in your philosophy and what we talked about, one of the things you all pride yourself on is controlling that turnover ratio. I'm thinking game like this, ball's coming out.
Better not.
Let's talk about your quarterback, the transfer, Ben DiNucci. Fantastic season thus far. What's your message to him pregame?
I may not even say anything to Ben. You know, we've had 3 weeks to prepare. He knows what's important to us. Shane Montgomery does a great job of coaching him. He knows what the keys of the game are. He's a 50-year senior. He's played a lot of football. You know, I may pat him on the butt and give him a reminder, but won't be a lot.
All right, Coach, last question. You guys have had a great run. They've had a perfect season. What's it going to take for you all to beat the Bison here today?
Score one more point than they do.
All right, Coach, speak right there. Good luck to you, Coach. Hey, we've heard both coaches give us the talk. Now let's see who's going to walk the walk here in Frisco, Texas.
Thank you, Jay. That was no coaches speak at all. Win by one. We'll get to know these head coaches a little bit more. Welcome into what is considered sometimes Fargo, Texas. The Bison ready to go. We'll be back right after this.
FCS Football Pre-Championship Show is brought to you by Marco's Pizza. Order America's most loved pizza today.
Welcome back to Frisco, Texas, as we get ready for the FCS National Championship game. James Madison versus North Dakota State. And I think if you had polled a lot of people at the beginning of the year, would these two teams be here? Both of them may be undervalued because both of them, their coaches in their first year as head coaches at their respective schools.
And people assume it's easy when you're a first-year coach and you take over a good program. I would say it's actually tougher. It's a little harder. There's more expectations. And as you said, first-year head coaches, one of these guys is going to win a national championship. Mark Whipple did it in 1998 at UMass. First-year coach stepped in. One of these coaches are going to join him today.
Can you imagine the nerds? Both of them got here in very different ways. Matt Entz was the previous defensive coordinator under Chris Kleiman, who got promoted when he went to Kansas State. Kirk Cignetti, his first year here, but a long-time coach. He was also under Nick Saban when Saban had his first staff at Alabama. Let's now get to a coach also, though. Who knows what it's like to take over the reins? Jay Walker joining Troy Taylor, who just won the Coach of the Year award. Coach Taylor over at Sacramento State. Hey, Jay.
Hey, I'm here with Coach Taylor. Coach Taylor, obviously, congratulations. I know you wish you were coaching in this game, but what a phenomenal job you did at Sacramento State. First year, you all become a national seed, and you are the Eddie Robinson Coach of the Year. How do you take it all in?
It's been a great experience. You know, we got it on campus a year ago about now, and was able to hire an incredible coaching staff. And you know, the players welcomed us from the beginning and really bought into our culture and what we were believing in. And you know, we're just getting started.
I got you because I had to talk to you. We were talking off camera. Y'all are playing FCS football in California?
That's right, and it's a great brand of football. You know, Sacramento is an unbelievable city with great high school football, and you know, we feel we got a great niche there and bringing in great players and having a great staff and a great university.
That's good. Well, you know, you got your plug in for your program. We know that. Let's talk. You and I, let's have a conversation, right? We're down here. It's cold. It is cold. So as a coach, what do you tell your players preparing to play in these type of elements and conditions?
You know, a mentality deal. It's football. You'll dress warmly, and I'm okay with wearing gloves if that helps you. Take care of the football and go out and have fun and enjoy it.
All right, it all comes down to this now. I'm the player, you're the coach. You got the X's and O's. Who's going to win this football game today and why?
Well, two great teams, obviously, two great programs, more importantly. I would go with North Dakota State just because they've been here a lot, obviously, and then they've taken care of the football. 5 turnovers, I believe, an entire year, no interceptions, which is hard to wrap yourself around. But I think it'll be a close game, but I'd give the edge to North Dakota State.
Oh, come on, Coach. He went chalk on me. He took the defending champion over and over again, but that's all right. Coach Taylor, best of luck to you. Kim Reaney, back to you all.
Thanks so much, Coach and Jay. Let's go more for the guys that will be calling the game over on ABC, Mark Jones and Desi Dvorak.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. North Dakota State comes in 15-0. Picture perfect. James Madison 14-1. This is going to be the 4th meeting all time between these two teams. Dusty Dvorak, the guy that is the trigger man for North Dakota State, maybe the most exciting player in FCS, Trey Lance.
Trey Lance is fantastic. Had an unbelievable freshman year. Wins the Walter Payton Award last night. First time it's ever happened by a freshman. But he's a dual threat guy. Big physical runner, and they will run him. But also excellent accuracy down the field. throwing the football and an outstanding decision maker. The guy doesn't make mistakes, Jonesy. No interceptions, hasn't fumbled since week 1, 16th play of the season.
You start examining his numbers, 28 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions as much as they throw the ball. Meanwhile, on the other side, these two teams, this is going to be the 4th meeting all time between them. They met in 2016 and 2017. They split those 2 games. This adds to the intrigue of today's game.
It's becoming a real rivalry here in the FCS. 3 out of 4 years JMU's been here. 8 out of 9 for that team, the Bison. And in 16, JMU went into the Fargo Dome and got a huge win on their way to a national championship. 2 years ago, it was the Bison taking down the Dukes 17-13. Round 3 here today with the national championship on the line.
And folks, it is a little bit chilly, snowing, 31 degrees. JMU against North Dakota State. Chris, back to you.
Welcome back to Frisco, Texas, before we kick off the FCS championship game between North Dakota State University and James Madison, the Dukes. Now, we're out here, the crowds are all into it, but I had to slow it down a little bit. I give credit where credit's due. I like the style. Now, I don't know if he's the mascot or he's a fan or he's just a little bit crazy, but I like you representing your school. And of course, you go on the other side, it's James Madison University. Classy. The Dukes, you know, they got political ties and all that stuff there. So what will it be? Will it be the classy boys? Sharp dress too. I can rock that. I can rock that. Hey, look at the shoes. Check out the shoes. Check out the shoes. Is it the shoes? It's gotta be the shoes. So we'll see. A lot of good stuff going on down here in Frisco, Texas. Let's go and take it back to Chris in Rini.
I also did notice that Jay put on some extra layers.
Yeah, well, I need that Bison, that fan. I need that coat he has on.
Fur coat.
That thing is awesome.
Pays to be a Bison fan in this kind of weather. There have been some remarkable plays over the regular season, this postseason. So we're going to give you the top 10, kind of like a Sports Center top 10. Let's start with number 10, Central Connecticut. Albany, first round of the FCS. Tyler Odekovic, catch in the corner, Rini.
Great concentration, great coverage, a better catch.
Number 9, Campbell versus Mercer. Week 4, Tyler Cannon, grab and roll.
But look at the somersault after it gets the foot in.
Look at the concentration on the feet. That's awesome.
9-9.
We still got 8 to go. Idaho, Wyoming, double pass complete to Hayden Hatton, who makes the one-handed grab and stays in bounds.
Yeah, against Wyoming, big boy school. Doesn't matter.
Very nice. Let's get to number 7 now. Idaho State versus Montana. Quarterback Donson Cusick takes it himself with a diving score into the red end zone.
You know, I love a tough quarterback that can smell the goal line. Get it in there, big fella.
Number 6, the Citadel, Georgia Tech, week 3. Jacob Godek, the 37-yarder in OT.
Beating an ACC school on the road, by the way.
I remember watching that one live. That was incredible. Enjoy it, Citadel. Number 5, Northern Iowa versus North Dakota State. You know they had to be in here. Trey Lance getting it done to Christian Watson.
And you know the fans are going to want Trey Lance to be dropping some dimes like that today.
Again, the footwork. Maybe we'll see some of that today. Number 4, Albany Townsend, week 7. Tom Flacco, younger brother of Joe Flacco. Where does he get it from? Darren Street for the score.
Another toe tap in that right corner of the end zone for a touchdown.
Hey, Jay Walker, close your eyes on this one, who went to Howard University versus Youngstown State. Nathan Mace and Jeremiah Braswell, 38 yards.
Well, Jay was a big-time quarterback in the day, so he would have been on the field to defend this one anyway.
How about Kennesaw State versus Missouri State? Isaac Foster takes it 75 yards. This stiff arm, this looked like Rini like 5 years ago.
Yeah, a little slower, but I love the power, the stiff on the run, and get it in the end zone.
75 yards, maybe 35 years ago, Rini, I can't do the math. Number 1, here it is. Southern Utah versus Northern Iowa, week 2. Deion McShane catches it, flips over defender, gets back up. See ya.
The presence of mind to know he wasn't down on top of the defender to get it in.
What a reminder of some incredible plays throughout the day. We're going to see so many more today. The game will be over on ABC. We will make our picks coming up after this break.
FCS Football Pre-Championship Show is brought to you by Marco's Pizza. Order America's most loved pizza today.
I always wonder what coaches are thinking. Matt Engs, right before he leads his team out inside Toyota Stadium for the first time as a head coach. He's been here as a defensive coordinator, but speaking of nerves, we're going to make some picks. However, you guys already made some picks 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if you guys were correct. Let's take a look back at the selection show. This was about 6 weeks ago to see who you guys picked, see if you're right.
Who are your picks here to go to the semifinals and the championship?
Well, for the championship, I can tell you, in full disclosure, my wife picks out my clothes. And
you got purple on today.
She's got a purple tie. Now, there's a lot of teams in this field that wear purple, but there you go. You see 1 and 2 in the game for North Dakota State and James Madison. That's who I pick will play in the championship. They're going to meet once again.
Who you going with?
I'm going with JMU. I'm going with the Duke. Kirk Cignetti looked too serious for me. I think he's going to have that team focused and ready, play by play. I think the Dukes win it all.
All right, let's see. That's Reni's picks. Let's go to Jay. All right, didn't have to do too many changes there.
For so many years, it's always been, do you take North Dakota State or the field? Well, now the field is James Madison versus North Dakota State. Rini came out wearing the purple tie. Jay Walk is going with the green tie. I'm going with the Bison with the opportunity to get another national championship.
Just for the record, I picked North Dakota State last year, so I had to switch it up a little bit. I went with the 2 seed.
Well, now I'm going to ask you your picks, but I'm confused. What's the rules? Are you allowed to change them?
I mean, I guess you could, but...
Okay, well, I'm going to allow you an option. You're allowed to get out. I'm going to give you my pick first. I picked JMU, and I think this one comes down to field goal kicking. Racky, a great field goal kicker, can kick from 50+. Meanwhile, on the other side, Crosa has missed 4 out of his last 8. So in this kind of weather, this kind of defense, I think it may come down to special teams. I'm going to give you an out if you change your mind. We'll see if you stick with it.
No out. I'm going with the Dukes. It's JMU today. Both these teams phenomenal in turnover ratio. We heard that. They both protect the ball. I think JMU defensively today turns over. Get some takeaways from Trey Lance and that North Dakota State team. And I think the interior line play of JMU with that running attack gets it done, and I think they win the national championship today.
You can hear the fans with the flyover. Let's go to Jay. Jay, what is your pick?
Hey, if it came down to who the fans wanted, we don't know who it would be. But it's a family affair around here. Let me give some love, FCS love, to my Howard University family. Kazim Wajid, father of Christian Watson. He better show up big today for the Bison to have a chance. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And also, I got Sean Van Horst, also a Howard Bison. His son, Solomon Van Horst, plays running back. Can the Dukes do it? The Dukes are going to do it. All right, well, on the show, I predicted North Dakota State. But down here, these JMU fans, they got it going on right here. But nah, that ain't happening. Give it to me. Who's going to win it? Oh, yeah. It's going to be the Bison, baby. Down in Frisco. Hey, that's what I do. Back to you all.
He pulled the Corso with
Jay
the
Corso!
Hey,
No way, Jay.
I will say, for everyone says this is Fargo, Texas, the JMU fans have showed up unbelievable today. They're still predicting maybe 60-40% fan base towards North Dakota State. Final words, what you got?
I'm looking forward to a great game. 2 evenly matched teams, and I think it's going to be a good one, but I think JMU prevails.
This one is so fun, a huge rivalry in the making. You can see this game over on ABC. Enjoy the game. We'll see ya.
The following is a presentation of ESPN on ABC.
Welcome, everyone, to Frisco, Texas. They've come from 1,060 miles away, Fargo, North Dakota, and Harrisonburg, Virginia. And over the next 72 hours, folks, it's all about chips, titles, enshrinement, enthronement, championship football. It'll start here today in Frisco, Texas, and conclude Monday night in Louisiana. It's a rematch, and we'll tell you about the bar of expectation when we come back. Welcome everyone to Frisco, Texas, and a rematch of the 2017 championship game between North Dakota State and James Madison University. Folks, today in Frisco, perfection is the expectation. Perfection also, strangely enough, the ultimate destination as well. Perfection, having all the required or desirable elements, qualities, or characteristics as good as it is possible to be. Perfection is not just a one-hit wonder, though. It is a reflection of excellence forged and honed over time. Focus, dominance, impeccability, completeness are all neighbors on the block of perfection. But perfection can reveal another side, one where questions abound. Are you that good? Is anything less than perfect unacceptable? How close are you really to being perfect? And how do you keep that clean sheet? You have extremely high standards, and it's all about the end result. The continuous pursuit of perfection is now. You know, you can't dictate to perfection because it's like the weather. You never know what's going to happen on the other side. The weather here today, 30 degrees, folks. It was snowing here a couple of hours ago. Olivia Decker down to the field. We'll have more on that in just a moment. But they have cleared the field off, and we are ready to ball. North Dakota State winning the toss, deferring to the second half. James Madison University will receive to open the ball game. Keep an eye on number 24 right there, D'Angelo Imus. He has 5 kickoff returns for touchdowns in his career. Believe it or not, it was close to 70 degrees here less than 36 hours ago. But we are set. This is football weather as toe meets leather. They kick it away from Amos. This is Brandon Pope, the Penn State transfer, still on his feet. And finally corralled at the 13-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 from there for the Dukes. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones alongside Dusty Dvorak. Olivia Decker down to the field joining us in just a bit. Dusty, a big story here today for both teams, the quarterbacks. And for North Dakota State, this guy did not throw an interception all year.
Trey Lance was incredible, and last night he won the FCS equivalent to the Heisman. First time it's ever been won by a freshman in Trey Lance. But we're going to see on display first Ben DiNucci, the senior for this JMU football team, had a terrible game to end last season against Colgate, and it's been all about revenge and getting back to this point all season for him.
He gets a shot here, first down and 10. They hand it off up the middle. They've got several different backs which will get touches today. That was Jawan Hamilton. Hamilton slams it up in between the tackles for a 3-yard gain. There's a look at Ben DiNucci. 27 touchdown passes on the season against 5 interceptions. But that 5-interception game last year still hangs and looms large with him. It proved to be a motivating factor to get him back to this point this season. Hamilton in the backfield. Tuska coming off the edge. DiNucci delivers a strike to his tight end, Dylan Stapleton, for the first down. Olivia, it's a little chilly down there with some snow, huh?
Yeah, Mark, 30 degrees in snow. This is not what we expected. And the grounds crew has had to work really hard. They took the tarp off the field as late as they could for the teams to warm up and told me that there's a foot of sand and bilge pumps underneath the field. That'll help as this snow melts. But the field is slick, guys.
Olivia, it's interesting. Ironically, this is North Dakota State's first game on grass this year. Hamilton again, brought down by Hankey. You look at the respective temperatures in Harrisburg Virginia versus Fargo, North Dakota. It feels about -10 here, Dusty.
I don't know about that. It's chilly. That's a different kind of cold up there in Fargo, Mark Jones.
Although they do play indoors up in Fargo. 2nd down and 8. The Dukes with the football to start the game here. A little pressure coming off the corner. DiNucci delivers another strike, complete to Riley Stapleton. Eludes a tackler, and out to the 45-yard line, another first down. A missed tackle on the play by Tutsi, a 17-yard gain.
Well, Riley Stapleton's going to be a key all day for JMU and for North Dakota State to deal with. They brought the corner blitz, so it's a safety matched up on a 6'5", 230-pound receiver. Makes one man miss, and he finishes off the safety, James Hendricks, before he's escorted out of bounds. Riley Stapleton can be a huge matchup and a problem for North Dakota State all day.
Jose Obase in the backfield. DiNucci throwing darts right now, complete to Brandon Polk, the transfer from Penn State, a grad transfer, picks up 5 on the reception. James Madison going with nice tempo here, moving in a nice rhythm.
Late summer arrival, Brandon Polk, as you mentioned, the grad transfer from Penn State. It's been a huge addition to this Dukes offense all season.
Big time speed on the edge. On 2nd and 4, Obase puts his hat down and picks up a first down. Picked up 7 yards.
Jay Obase, well over 1,100 yards this season, 19 touchdowns. Watch the patience. And he gets to the perimeter. Nice cut back there on Jabril Cox. Another first down here on this opening possession for JMU.
At the 42-yard line of the Bison. Reaching out of the shotgun. Handed off again to Ajay Obase, brought down by Kaiser. So many different important numbers and streaks on the line. North Dakota State has won 36 games in a row. I don't care what league, what division, that is as impressive as it gets. Another impressive run by Obase. Dusty, what does that streak mean, and how do you put that into context?
Well, it's just this program. It's so much bigger than what any one coach, any one player have yet to lose. This Bison program here in Frisco, trying to make it 8 of 9 national championships, and clearly a very long winning streak on the line here today. But this is an impressive opening drive and a good mix of run and pass for JMU's offense.
The Dukes have won 14 consecutive games after dropping their opener against West Virginia. Nice cutback by Hamilton. And Hamilton down to the 20-yard line, a yard shy of the first down. Jackson Hankey making the tackle after the 8-yard gain. They are jacked up.
Well, Hamilton, watch as he presses this. He's going to press it here and then cut it all the way back. It's an outstanding job of running. Presses it, catches block, and puts his right foot in the ground, then gets north and south for a nice pickup.
He's going to get another opportunity this time. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Nice play by Beagler. That Beagler brings him down for about a 1-yard loss on the play. So a pivotal 3rd down here on this impressive opening drive.
Quarterback run game, we've not seen it yet, but Ben DiNucci, talented runner, has the ability to keep it on some of these read options and pick up the first if it's there.
11th play of the drive coming up. DiNucci rolls out and hits his man, complete, and that's going to be a first down to Jake Brown. Picks up 4 yards on the play. James Hendricks making the tackle, but a little bit too late. They keep the sticks moving. Ben DiNucci thrown almost 3,200 yards this season. And there's a look at head coach Kirk Cignetti in his first season on the sidelines. Former head coach at Elon. Jose Obase back in the backfield. Play clock down to 5. Jose Obase keeps the pile moving, stopped by Cox and Tutsi. 6-yard gain on the play. Meanwhile, Matt Enns, also in his first season as head coach at North Dakota State University, he has maintained the culture there. And they are rolling still. Jose Obase again. This time stopped by Pearson Hankey. 3-yard pickup.
Little tempo, little pace here. North Dakota State tries to get out a fresh set of defensive linemen.
Jose Obase will pick up the first down, lunging and falling forward. It's going to be very close. Let's see where they spot this. Looks like he has enough. This is going to be the 14th play of the drive coming up. Wow.
It's been a great mix, too. Allowing Ben DiNucci to make easy throws down the field. Setting up establishing the line of scrimmage and running the football.
10 runs, 4 passes so far. Jose Obase puts his hat down, gets it inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. Kurt Cignetti told us that his team was going to play fast, physical, and relentless today, and that's what they've shown here, setting the tone on this opening drive, Dusty. 2nd and goal. Jose Obase is going to lose a yard back to the 5. 3rd and goal coming up. Tuska making the tackle.
Big time defensive end, and Derek Tuska gets the initial penetration. Senior playing his last game for the Bison. He's already got his bags packed. He's headed to Tampa for the Shrine Bowl after this. Fantastic senior season and a huge 3rd down here in this opening drive.
Hamilton in the backfield. DiNucci completes it. Touchdown, Stapleton. Riley Stapleton, one half of the brother combination for JMU, and the Dukes on the board first. Boy, Ben DiNucci came out ablaze on that opening drive.
Easy throw, inside receiver's just going to run a slant. Perfect timing, tight window throw. Defense gets there a step late, and the big body of Riley Stapleton is 6'5", 230, powers his way in to cap off a statement drive. 17 plays, 86 yards, and a big touchdown. What a start for the JMU Dukes.
Riley Stapleton actually had a couple of touchdown catches in their previous game, the semifinal win against Weber State of 18 and 34 yards. So he is still hot, and man, DiNucci.
Really not the previous play is a touchdown. The runner broke the plane. The play is being reviewed.
Yeah, he's over the line right there. Rogers Redding, our official in the booth here, our expert. What do you see on that play? How do you call it?
I think we got a touchdown. He broke the plane the first time, and he backed up a little bit. But we got a touchdown. I think it's pretty clear. So I think this will be quickly confirmed.
Ruling on the field is a touchdown. Stapleton, thanks Rogers, got into the end zone. His 9th touchdown of the season. And they're still taking a look at this.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Well, Ben DiNucci would be hard-pressed to be any more impressive than he already was on that opening drive. As James Madison, driven by the odious memory of a couple of years ago losing to North Dakota State in the championship game, getting on the board first, and a small measure, a temporary measure of atonement just underway. The effort. And there's a look at the school profile. They're making a little noise in Harrisonburg right now. We'll be back after this.
Welcome back to the Toyota Stadium. JMU on the board first, and boy, do they have a chip on their shoulder for multiple reasons. They lost their opener against West Virginia, but last year, their last game of the season, bad loss to Colgate, 5 turnovers in that game. Well, they came into today ready to prove that they belong on this big national stage. And that's what Coach Finn's preaching. He said you got to win the close games, you got to fight for it in these big moments. They are poised for a moment as big as this, guys.
Yeah, Coach Zignetti telling us that they opened up the starting quarterback job, and DiNucci accepted that and did a great job in response, winning the job coming out of camp. Kickoff down to the 30-yard line, and this is going to be our first look at quarterback Trey Lance. 28 touchdown passes this year, folks. 0 interceptions, Dusty.
This guy has all the goods. Outstanding runners, got great size at 6'3", 220 plus, and he does not turn the ball over. Only turnover of the season, 16th play of the year, all the way back in August. No interceptions. He's been flawless, decision-making. Everything has been on point. And as we mentioned in the onset, last night wins the Walter Payton Award, which is the FCS Heisman, first time a freshman's ever done it.
He keeps it. And he picks up about 7 yards on his first touch of the ball game. This is as balanced an attack as they has had in years. Babbage with a nice block on the edge for quarterback Trey Lance out of Marshall, Minnesota. .6'3", 221 pounds. One of their top runners, too. Adam Cofield in the backfield beside him. Keep an eye on Rondell Carter coming off the edge. And they're going to sack Lance back at the 28. It'll be 3rd and long. D'Angelo Amos got there first.
Well, you don't have better defensive ends in the country than what they have. Watch John Dawkins, 7, leads the country in sacks. He gets the inside pressure, and then it's Amos finishing it off, coming from the safety position. This is an aggressive defense, and when it comes to disruption, 7 John Daka, 5 Rondell Carter, these book defensive ends, as good as you'll find in all the FCS.
Big challenge, daunting challenge ahead for Trey Lance today. Lance going to tuck it under and try and run and pick it up. And he does, and then some. Trey Lance down to the 39. First down, Bison.
Well, this is a huge part of what they do. 3rd and 11. JMU's going to bring pressure, man-to-man outside, which means who's going to count for the quarterback? Just a simple quarterback lead. Excellent job by 66. Nash Jensen getting on the 2nd level. And then Trey Lance getting it done in the open field. Quality 3rd down conversion to keep this drive alive.
You think about the lineage at that position at this school. Carson Wentz, Easton Stick, Brock Jensen. Trey Lance, the latest. Down to the 35-yard line. Picked up about 4 on the play. Great 72 hours of college football coming up, folks. It starts here today in Frisco. It'll conclude at the Superdome in Louisiana, New Orleans, Monday night. Clemson taking on LSU. Opening drive for the Bison.
2nd down, 6.
Little play action. Lance going to take a shot up top. Sproles flags down. A little bit of contact with McCormick and Phoenix Sproles downfield.
Hard play action. Take a shot down the field to Sproles on the go route. Easy call for the officials. McCormick, way too much contact before the ball.
Pass interference, number 30 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That name Sproles familiar, cousin of Darren Sproles.
McCormick trying to get his head around as he does, use the right arm. Knock Sproles to the ground. As I mentioned, easy call for the official. He was in pretty good position, but then he was kind of looking for the ball, panicked a little bit, too much contact.
Kobe Johnson in the backfield. Lance is going to keep it himself. Nowhere to go, stopped up right near the line of scrimmage by John Daka. You mentioned his proficiency as a pass rusher, 16.5 sacks on the season from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
It's speed and quickness. He's a smaller than defensive ends, almost looks like a safety. He's only 6'2", 225, but it's quickness off the football, good hands that's made him such a disruptive force for this Duke's defensive line.
2nd and 10. Quiet so far for Christian Watson, the top receiver. Lance over the middle, delivers a strike complete to the 7-yard line. That's Sproles who makes the catch.
I love this from Trey Lance. Watch him in the pocket. John Daka is going to come right now, get pressure on the quarterback immediately. Watch him come in. He gets up the field, just a sidestep from Trey Lance, no panic, and he locates his target. Sproles down the field.
1st down and goal. Nose of the ball at the 7-yard line. And a look at the Walter Payton Award winner as the top player in FCS. Keeps it himself into the boundary. And it's Trey Day, touchdown!
Well, there's your answer, Jonesy. Impressive drive, reminding the country why Trey Lance was the Walter Payton Award winner. First time we've ever seen that as a freshman. Look at the block here by 75. Dylan Raduns allows Trey Lance to get to the edge and get into the end zone. Excellent job by Dylan Raduns, All-American left tackle, securing block that helped spring Trey Lance into the end zone.
That's his 14th rushing touchdown of the season, the 16th of his career. And what an answer, as you mentioned, Dusty.
Ruling on the play is the ball penetrated the goal line. The play is being reviewed.
So like the James Madison University touchdown, this one being looked at again and reviewed.
Ooh,
arm
knees
was
down,
down.
but where's the football? Football looks like the nose of the ball crossing the front of the goal line. Bringing Rogers Redding. I have to imagine this stands, Rogers.
Yeah,
Rogers.
that's very tight. I think it's going to stand because that knee comes down. But it looks like from that view the ball is over the goal line. This is very, very tight. The question is whether that knee gets down before the ball crosses the plane. I think this is going to stand as a touchdown. I think this is going to be a touchdown, but we'll see what the replay guys do. But it's difficult to tell when that knee goes down where that ball is exactly. But I think we got a touchdown.
Yeah. All right, that must be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field. The call on the field is touchdown. So with 3:38 to go in the first quarter, North Dakota State with its offense still on the field.
Without that look right down the goal line, it's really hard to tell.
I see Bison grabbing helmets.
Yeah,
Rogers, I think that they may take this off the board.
They're going to take this off. Yeah, you're right.
Here's the call.
After reviewing the play, the ball was at the half-yard line when the runner's knee is down by rule. 2nd down and goal.
So they line up in the eye. There's one more look.
Ball just inside the 1-yard line. 2nd down, goal to go.
Knees down, ball not across the plane, and
Lupke and Cofield lining up out of the eye on 2nd and goal. Cofield gets the call. No doubt about that one.
Adam Cofield, their bigger, more physical running back, puts his left foot in the ground, hop, skip, and maybe a triple jump to get to the end zone for Cofield.
Cofield, a 5'11 junior from Lee's Summit, Missouri. And we are knotted at 7 apiece. What a great start. A great showing of offensive football to begin this FCS National Championship. The Bison. Kind of looks like Fargo and feels like Fargo here in Frisco, Texas. There's the actuals on their school. Back after this.
Get ready to hand it to you.
Hey, Monday night at 8 Eastern time, you know what time it is. ESPN College Football Playoff National Championship game presented by AT&T. Heisman winner Joe Burrow, number 1 LSU taking on Trevor Lawrence. And number 3 Clemson at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. That's on ESPN and also on the ESPN app. Dusty, you got the ball.
There it is.
It's going to be a great show. So much intrigue in that game. And, man, who do you like in that game?
You want me to, already? We start now? You already want the winner?
Well,
you want me to tee it up for you? You want me to set it up?
You trying to duck me again.
Hey, look, it's hard for me to pick against LSU after what they did to Oklahoma. But somebody's got to beat Clemson before I'm actually going to believe it. Trevor Lawrence hasn't lost yet, so I'll take the Tigers. How about that?
Dabo Swinney playing that we get no respect card. I'm not buying it, though. Whatever works. That's Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern time. That's how you define dynasty. And North Dakota State, folks, they continue to check all the boxes. Little Jimmy is the favorite statue for photos on the James Madison campus. Folks, you'll notice the statue is perfect to scale at 5 feet 4 inches. That's the exact height of our nation's 4th president, James Madison.
That's a little fun fact there.
Yeah, realistic.
No doubt.
First down and 10. Danucci hands it off to Ajay Obase. And Obase picks up about a yard. Hankey making the tackle on the play. Ben Danucci is a transfer from Pitt. Came to JMU a couple of years ago, even though they didn't have a scholarship for quarterback. Flag down, the pass complete at the 39-yard line to Riley Stapleton. Let's see if this stands. A 13-yard gain on the play. He was working against Hayes.
Offside. Number 91 of the defense. That penalty is declined. First down.
Riley Stapleton, 10. I talked about his size earlier in the first drive. 6'5", 230. He boxes the corner. Josh Hayes out. Right now, Hayes is in good shape. Watch him get inside leverage. Bam. Strong hands and complete the catch.
Polk drops it. It'll be incomplete. Danucci had been a perfect 6 for 6 prior to that pass, but you could almost hear Stapleton saying, hey, I got a little one here. He was blocking him out.
I had a chance to talk with Ben Danucci on Thursday at Media Day. This young man, this senior, final time he'll play college football. So driven based off of the performance against Colgate last year. The entire season was to get to this moment and remedy the turnovers he had a season ago.
2nd and 10. Danucci incomplete. That time batted away. Stapleton tried to do it again and couldn't. Josh Hayes knocked that away.
Well, Josh Hayes, their best cover corner. And he wasn't getting boxed out that time. Outstanding job with the right hand. Getting a little physical with him. Gets that right hand in there. Gets the pass deflection. He'd been banged up, but he's healthy today. And they're going to need him to play a big role for this defense outside.
A rare 3rd and long for JMU. Danucci out of the shotgun. Little trips left formation. And the whistle blows the play dead. Might have been a little movement up front by Dylan Stapleton.
False start. 84 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Going to make it a 3rd and 15. That's the other half of the brother combination. Dylan Stapleton, the Slippery Rock State transfer.
I love that story. Both seniors, final game of college football here in a national championship. Both Dylan and Riley Stapleton taking the field for the final time. and they get to do it as brothers.
Yeah, how awesome is that?
Very cool end to their college careers.
3rd and 15. That's going to be Ajay Obase. He's coming up way short of the first down. Good tackle by Tuska. So the Bison limit that drive, and the punt unit coming onto the field for JMU with 2:31 to go here in the first quarter. North Dakota State looking for their 8th championship in the last 9 years. Trevor Height back there for the punt. Harry O'Kelly averaging about 38 per punt on the season, standing at his own 25. Rolls out and kicks it rugby style, end over end, a line drive. And a fair catch called at the 30-yard line by Height. A 31-yard punt into the wind. It'll be 1st and 10 coming back the other way for Trey Lance. 2:03 to go here in the first quarter.
Watch it all throughout the day. 14 Josh Hayes against Riley Stapleton. Box out works there. Box out doesn't work there. Riley got the better of Josh on one, and Josh got the better of Riley on the other. Going to be a great matchup all throughout the day. Good on good with the JMU wide receivers in the corners of North Dakota State.
Trey Lance hands it off. Nowhere to go for Ty Brooks. Well, for more information about the FCS College Football Championship, visit ncaa.com, your online home of the NCAA Championships. ncaa.com. Trey Lance, starting quarterback, played 2 games as a true freshman a season ago. Won the Jerry Rice Award for the top freshman in FCS this year. Threw for over 2,700 yards. 0 interceptions. Back to pass. All day. Looking downtown for Watson. Contact. And flags thrown. Wesley McCormick was bumping with Christian Watson, their deep threat. Who's this going to go against? I'm not so sure it wasn't Watson.
Pass interference. Number 30 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was going to go on McCormick. He panicked for the second time. Already his second pass interference. He's in good position, and then he just runs through the receiver, Christian Watson, as he tries to work his way back to the football. McCormick's problem, he has no idea, no awareness where the football is. Second pass interference here early in this first quarter on 30, Wesley McCormick.
Watching their deep play threat. He had a couple of back-to-back touchdowns in their semifinal win. Lance going to keep it himself on this one. Puts his hat down and gets back a little bit beyond the line of scrimmage. Daka makes the stop. What do you make about the play of the 2 respective quarterbacks so far?
Well, I think they've both been really good. Danucci came out, was on point. Ball was coming out quick. They had a plan, establishing the run. I thought really helped that initial drive. And then Trey Lance, we've seen a little bit of both. Really impressed with him as a runner, but the 3rd down completion he made when he sidestepped the pressure, remained calm, and found his target shows the poise of the redshirt freshman Trey Lance.
2nd down and 9. Under heat. Shows his escapability. Took a hit and stayed on his feet. And the pack moving beyond the first down. A herd couldn't bring down Trey Lance. Wow. Talk about making lemonade out of lemons.
Power and never give up. 95 defensive tackles going to come in right now. Evades the rush. Now watch the power, the sheer will. He's not going to go down. Then it's just a scrum. And that's ugly but beautiful football, if you know what I'm saying, Mark Jones. Wow, what a play by Trey Lance.
Got a bunch of help from his friends on that play. And that's going to put the first 15 minutes of football in the books. The herd of Bison was evident on that last play. Look at the respective numbers so far. Trey Lance Just 1 for 1, but he's already put his team in the end zone, running the ball extremely well, in addition to his passing. From Frisco, Texas, the FCS College Football Championship game continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Third straight national championship appearance for the Bison, but no one really gave him a chance to be here today. New head coach, new coordinators, new quarterback, and as we heard in our meetings with them yesterday, their mantra was race to maturity. We've got to grow up quick if we're going to get back to that game.
It was interesting on the double reverse. The keeper, that Sproles down the sideline. Sproles tricked him. Touchdown. Offensive coordinator Tyler Roll pressing a good button on that one.
I had a chance to talk with Phoenix Sproles on Thursday. He'd been banged up the last couple of games, and he had to smile like he knew something we didn't. And maybe he knew that play was going to get called early on. Cousin of Darren Sproles. I asked him if he had some of that Sproles magic on a championship setting, and he said he had something for us. And big-time 38-yard touchdown.
Delivered right there. Sproles actually was the second commitment after Trey Lance decided to come. Reinholtz with the extra point, good. Lance and Sproles had a chance to bond during their respective senior years in high school. The chemistry evident all year long. Dusty breaks it down on the other side.
There. Watch 75, the big left tackle, down the field with a huge block on Amos' safety, escorting Phoenix Sproles into the end zone on a huge 38-yard touchdown run for the Bison.
That's his second rushing touchdown of his career. 14-7 lead for North Dakota State as we just barely got underway here in the second quarter. Flag down. It'll come out to the 35-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds, number 38 of the kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line.
Now it's Ben DiNucci's turn. He started 6 games at Pittsburgh back in 2017 before giving way to the current starter from this year, Kenny Pickett. And this is a very successful senior class for James Madison University. DiNucci actually said, hey, I'll walk on here and earn my way, and coach was all for it. Juwan Hamilton in the backfield, and they give it to Brandon Polk, the Penn State transfer, brought down by Michael Tutsi, a 4-yard gain on the play.
Nice open field tackle by Tutsi. Polk was coming downhill with a burst of speed. He's able to break this tackle. Maybe a late face mask coming in from Hayes, but excellent job in the open field by Tutsi.
On 2nd and 6, DiNucci. Nice spin move by Juwan Hamilton, but nowhere to go. Brought down right near the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down coming up for James Madison. Brandon Polk, we saw him a moment ago. He's their deep threat. He's their speed guy. Number 3, former high school track star and high school state champ in Virginia in 100 and 200 meters. 3rd and 7. And a 2-by-2 for James Madison. Over the middle, complete. Riley Stapleton with another reception. And he picks up enough for the 1st down at the 45-yard line. That's 17 in all.
Been the go-to guy so far. Riley Stapleton going to work out of the inside. You're going to see him just come right in past the linebacker, zone coverage, easy throw, quality protection for Ben DiNucci, stays in the pocket, and his go-to target. It was that way in the semifinals, same way here today. Riley Stapleton with a great start.
DiNucci pulls it out, overshoots his receiver. Ravenel was the closest one there, watched it sail over his head. Standing room only crowd here in Frisco, Texas at Toyota Stadium. Boy, there has been no shortage of North Dakota State Bison fans throughout, as well as JMU folks. Their crew made the trip. Got a nice mix of both at our local hotel. 2nd down and 10. Quarterback keeper by DiNucci. DiNucci showing off his wheels. And Ben DiNucci picks up the 1st down. Taking out his do-it-yourself kit to pick up 16.
Love the patience by Ben DiNucci. It's going to be a quarterback counter. They're going to pull the guard backside. Watch him just wait. Allow it to open up. Guard's able to get on the backer, and then speed to the perimeter by Ben DiNucci, showing he's not just armed. Guy's got some excellent athleticism to go with the throwing skills.
They were looking at his shoe bottoms on that play. Size 12. There's Hamilton with nowhere to go, going to lose a yard or 2 on the play. Wagee making the tackle, number 99. They've got several different backs. James Madison between Ajay Obase, Van Horst, Palmer, Hamilton, that all get touches. 2nd down and 11 coming up. Hamilton in there now. Poke split to the top of your screen. Over the middle, wide open. 1st down at the 13-yard line. Dylan Stapleton. So the Stapleton brothers taking charge here on this drive between Riley and Dylan. He picks up 17.
What's the play action pass? It freezes the linebackers, and Jabril Cox just standing there watching as Dylan Stapleton gets past the 2nd level. Another nice pass by Ben DiNucci.
From the 13, DiNucci hands it off to Hamilton, and Hamilton gets about 2 on the play. Well, Monday night, LSU taking on Clemson in the College Football Playoff National Championship game for the 7th straight year. Our MegaCast will have you covered from every platform, TV, radio, digital. So many ways to watch and listen to the biggest game of the year. Coverage begins Monday night at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Can't wait for that matchup, man. My former defensive coordinator, Brent Venables, going to try to slow down Joe Burrow in that offense. It's going to be fun. Going to be fun.
He'd be the first.
Yes, he would.
2nd and 8. DiNucci tripped up and falls at the 11-yard line where they're going to spot it. You know, if you're a wrestling fan and you hear the name DiNucci, it might bring back memories of Dominic DiNucci, the former AWA or WCW champ. That is the cousin of Ben's father. So he's got some toughness in the genetics there.
Look at you breaking out the old school wrestling.
He'd be coming off the top rope any day now, off that turnbuckle. 10th play of the drive. And a timeout called by James Madison. Every good wrestler's got to have that closing hold, right?
No doubt.
Or the Cobra or the Sleeper.
Are you just making stuff up now? The Cobra?
No. The leg drop.
I remember the Iron Claw, or the Rock had the People's Elbow.
Okay. Well, here's a look at how the Dukes got here. Their only loss was week 1 against West Virginia. Led by Kirk Cignetti, first-year head coach formerly of Elon. They defeated Weber State 30-14 in the semifinal game to get here. And they're the only team other than North Dakota State University to win the FCS title since 2010. The two schools have really had a lock on it, especially the Bison.
It's become a little natural rivalry here.
Yes.
facing off 3 of the last 4 years in these playoffs. Twice now in 3 years in the championship, and as we showed earlier in 16, went to the Fargo Dome and knocked North Dakota State out. Huge third down.
Danucci hands it off. Ajay Obase falls and slips short of the first down, so 4th down coming up. And in comes the field goal unit led by Ethan Ratke, who leads the FCS this year in field goals made, 25 of 31 on the season on 4th and 6 here.
Surprised by the conservative decision there. That may have been a run pass option, and Danucci thought he had the numbers to give it to the running back, but like his coach Signetti having a long talk with him on the sideline.
From 26 yards out. Pure. 14-10 now, as they draw a little bit closer. But can they slow down Trey Lance and that Bison offense? The Walter Payton Award winner taking the field when we come back.
My name's Trey Lance. You asked me about perfection. I just wanted to let you know that that's just the expectation around here. You know, everything we do is expected to be perfect. You know, we come here to win championships, and that's what all the guys on our roster came here to do, whether it's conference championships or national championships.
It's funny because, Dusty, you go back to this first game of the season for Trey Lance, threw for 4 touchdowns, ran for 2 touchdowns in a win against Butler. His dad, Carlton, who accepted the Walter Payton Award for him last night, said, in wake of that Butler game, he said, "Son, there's only one way to go from here." You talk about trying to stay to a high standard and be perfect. 28 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions on the year. See how they counter that 56-yard drive. Johnson on the return. Look at the company that he's with, Dusty. McNair, Westbrook, Romo.
Garoppolo playing this weekend. I'd say illustrious list of names there. And Trey Lance, the first, by the way, ever to do it as a freshman. What a season he's had. And you got to give a lot of credit to last year's quarterback, Easton Stick, 5th-round pick of the LA Chargers. Really took Lance under his wing this season to go mentored him and got him ready for this moment.
Maintaining the culture out of the direct snap, nowhere to go. They'll lose about 3 yards on the play. Got flags down to the play as well. Gabriel Cox that time on the direct snap.
Illegal block below the waist. 54 of the offense. That penalty is half the distance to the goal. Repeat first down.
So they're going to push this back all the way inside the 10-yard line. And don't forget, on Monday night, the big one, 8 o'clock Eastern time, LSU against Clemson from the Big Easy, the Crescent City in the shadows of Bourbon Street. Couple of undefeateds.
I'm going to tell you what, I know firsthand, LSU in that city, a national championship, tough team to beat, man.
Joe Burrow has been everything to that program this year. With Cofield in the backfield, it's going to be Lance keeping it. Atariwa making the tackle. Let's look at the comparison, and a couple of great quarterbacks in their respective leagues and divisions this year, Dusty.
Yeah,
both undefeated.
As I say, neither one of the guys have lost.
Yeah.
They lose as freshmen, and Trevor Lawrence still hasn't lost. Trey Lance coming into today 15-0 as a starter. And as you mentioned, the most impressive thing, not a single interception on the season.
2nd and 20 from the 9. Looks like there might have been a face mask.
Definitely.
Rondell Carter made the tackle on the play, a flag as well. You saw Lance's head turn around there.
And this is just a catastrophic penalty. 2nd and 20.
personal foul, face mask, number 5 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And it's an automatic first down. I mean, this is just a back-breaking penalty. And Rondell Carter, the senior, watch him get that left hand in there, grabs the face mask of Lance. Easy call by the officials. And from what would have been 3rd and 17, 18, now an automatic first down. Costly penalty for such a quality player and Rondell Carter, one of the best defensive ends in all the FCS. We haven't heard from him much today, but tough penalty there to extend this drive for North Dakota State.
Yeah, the Rutgers transfer, a Buck Buchanan nominee. Lance pulls it out. Fires across his body, incomplete. Intended for Kapouris. Tough throw under a little bit of pressure that time. It'll be 2nd down and 10. At the end of last season, his true freshman year, Tyler Roll, the offensive coordinator, said, hey, listen, I need you to grab the offense by the horns and be the man next year. And he's done all that and then some. The tipping point was probably the Youngstown State game where he took some deep shots and really started to throw the ball with tons of confidence. That was only his 2nd pass attempt today. Lance with a nice sidestep out over the 30-yard line. He's going to be about 3 yards shy of the first down, picked up 6. And an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Watch the feel inside the pocket by Trey Lance. Looking down the field, nothing's open. Then he missed his tight end there. Doesn't panic. Navigates his way through the pressure. Makes a little something out of nothing. This pickup there by Trey Lance. And again, the poise, just no panic from this young freshman quarterback.
3rd and 4. Adam Cofield in the backfield. Lance keeps it himself. He's going to pick up the first down. And then a little bit out to the 38. Good block on the edge by Josh Babbage. Picked up 7 yards.
Well, I want to show you this block. It is fantastic. Tight end going to come back across. Watch him seal the edge for the quarterback, Trey Lance. Take a look at what he does to this linebacker. Buries him into the ground as Trey Lance walks for yet another first down. This rushing attack of North Dakota State, it is physical, and Trey Lance, a tough guy to bring down.
Babbage likes some butter and syrup on his pancakes. First down and 10. Double I formation, and Brooks emerging from the pack. Ty Brooks with another first down. A 21-yard pickup.
This is bully ball right here. And this is old school, ladies and gentlemen. This is a quarterback under center. We've got 3 guys in the backfield, quarterback under center, old school smash mouth football. Just a simple power, and it's power football as you'll take a look at Ty Brooks running through arm tackles in the open field. The Bison looking for the end zone here in the second.
As our celebration of college football's 150th anniversary concludes, we'll take a look at college football player with an in-depth documentary on who the player has been and how he has changed over the years, and recognizing how the sport's biggest heroes enjoy a unique place in our culture. Tune in today for Football Is Us, college player at 3 Eastern on ABC. What's it done for and to you?
Everything. Yeah. I mean, accountability, competition, you name it. It's brought so many great things into my life. Can't say enough how much I love the great sport of college football.
I see those nice suits you wear. Something else came into your life too with football. Lance on the carry, picks up 8.
Quarterback counter, and as we've said, he's a true freshman. He doesn't look or play like a true freshman, Jonesy. Playing the role of running back more so than quarterback today. 17 runs now to just 2 passes. Wow. for this North Dakota State offense.
And you were saying you're not surprised that they haven't thrown a whole lot,
No,
right?
They're waiting for it. They're buying the time. Force James Madison to completely load up, and they'll take some shots.
Cofield in the backfield, along with Maestro. It's Cofield straight ahead. Little ISO, the old school lead play, and a good block from Volson up front to gain 11 yards.
And Adam Cofield, a little bit bigger, more physical runner. They use a bevy of running backs, Cofield, Brooks, and Johnson.
The lineup in the eye again. Lance gets it out quickly, completes it to Jacob, and Jacob gets about 4 on the play. Lance is one of the highest rated quarterbacks that North Dakota State has ever gotten out of high school. Out of Marshall, Minnesota. Had committed early to North Dakota State, and then on the day before signing day, Boise State contacted him, said they had a scholarship for him, but he held firm in his commitment. 10th play of the drive coming up, 2nd and 6. Lance pulls it out, wide open, touchdown, Ellefson. But there's a flag down on the play on the far side of the field. Let's see if it stands. Ellefson actually tripped, but still was able to make the catch.
Concentration on that.
If it stands, it'll be his 6th touchdown catch of the year.
Love these tight ends in the red zone. We'll see if this stands, but prior to that throw, 16 touchdown receptions for the 3 different tight ends. We showed you how important they are as blockers in the run game, but also excellent pass catchers as well.
Ineligible receiver, number 82 of the offense. He was covered up by the wide receiver. 5-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
They're going to take it off the board and bring it back.
Ellefson, the tight end, was covered up. Easy call for the official, negate the touchdown. Top of the screen. Wide receiver was up on the line of scrimmage.
So it comes back to the 23. 2nd and 11. Lance is going to keep it. And forges his way forward to the 20-yard line. Picked up 3 on the play. Wayne Davis making the tackle. 3rd down coming up. They've got to get down to the 12-yard line for the 1st down.
We haven't heard much out of one Christian Watson so far today. A great time to locate 6'3", 200-pound wide receiver out of Tampa.
He comes to the bottom of the screen. Sproles to the top. On 3rd and 8. Lance, plenty of time. Cofield couldn't make the catch. And the Dukes get a stop on 3rd down. The pass was a little bit behind Trey Lance. This is a team that likes to go for it on 4th down, but they'll send in the field goal unit here.
Nice coverage.
Jake Reinhold's coming in. This is going to be his 1st field goal attempt of the season. Was injured in the 1st game of the year, and they fake it. They keep it. Surprise! Touchdown Bison! Hendricks on the sprint. What a call!
First-year head coach Matt Ince pulling out all the stops. This has been a big difference for North Dakota State this year from the 1st game of the season where they were going for 2. Seen them fake a lot of different extra points, and it's James Hendricks, the safety, came in as a quarterback, as the holder. They trust him with the ball in his hands. Well timed and perfectly executed for North Dakota State.
Boy, what a demoralizing play that is if you're James Madison, and just the opposite for the Bison.
Wow, James Madison thought they had to stop. And North Dakota State says, you know what? We're not settling for 3. Excellent blocking here. It opens up for Hendricks as he strolls into the end zone. Touchdown, Bison. We got action in Frisco.
One more look at the fake field goal for a touchdown. Hendrick with the dash into the end zone for North Dakota State in pursuit of perfection. 15-0 coming into the game today. And that's what perfect looks like. Perfect timing, perfect call, perfect result. .347 to go in the first half. Polk, a dangerous returner with world-class speed. Pushed out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. First down and 10. North Dakota State looking for their 8th championship in the last 9 years. That's 7 of them overall. 36-game winning streak. They haven't lost since 2017. And check out that winning percentage. As impressive as it gets. Dusty, you had an interesting comment.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 28 of the kicking team, a late hit. 15-yard penalty, first down, James Madison.
We're talking about their culture. And coach said it's about the way we work. But here's a look at the penalty a moment ago against them. He's going to put the ball all the way to the 43-yard line. Danucci out of the shotgun. Complete over the middle, out near midfield. Stapleton picks up 7 on the play. Dylan Stapleton, the 6'5" senior from Indiana, Pennsylvania. They run it for the first down. That's Ajay Obasea.
James Madison wants to go with a little bit more tempo and pace here. Got themselves down 2 scores. Foot on the accelerator. Start this drive.
Ajay Obasea on that last carry. Danucci with time stands firmly and delivers complete. Once again, it's Stapleton for a 19-yard pickup.
What a day so far for the Stapleton brothers. Dylan Stapleton over the middle of the field. Good concentration as he completes the catch through contact. Nice start to this drive for the Dukes.
Under 3 minutes to go in the half. Danucci, one-on-one coverage and out of bounds. No chance to make that catch. That was the other Stapleton brother, Riley Stapleton.
Marquise Bridges getting physical over there with Riley Stapleton. Stapleton saying, hey man, hey, where's the flag at? This guy ran me out of bounds. Replay.
Danucci should take a shot here, you would think. Throws it into the end zone. Intercepted by Hendricks. Hendricks made the play a moment ago. But I think Danucci knew he had a free one.
No doubt.
Offside, number 60 of the defense. 5-yard penalty, replay, second down.
It's going to go against Tucker. How big is a score for James Madison here?
Oh, it's a must right now because North Dakota State 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. James Madison has yet to slow down this offense. So as we get closer to the half, I think the score at this point is essential.
They got a trips right formation. Little receiver screen. Polk got drilled. He got nailed. Incomplete pass. The pass is ruled incomplete. But Jabril Cox brought that smoke on Polk.
Well, Jabril Cox, the most athletic, I think, best defensive player on this Bison defense. Quality job. Detached from the core over here by the near sidelines. Makes a big hit. Watch him fight through this and get through. Fights through the Stapleton block. Boom! Big hit on Brandon Polk. Set up third and medium.
David Braun, the defensive coordinator for the Bison, was telling us he is a defensive coordinator's dream. Jabril Cox. 3rd and 5 for DiNucci. Polk split wide to the bottom of your screen. Single coverage. They come the other way. DiNucci dancing and brought down at the 23-yard line with nowhere to go. Logan McCormick sacked him for a 2-yard loss.
It was excellent coverage down the field. There's going to be pressure that comes immediately off the edge by Mercadal. See, he's going to come here, but there's nowhere to go with the football. DiNucci's waiting for it. Locked up, locked up, locked up. Everyone covered down the field. And it's a coverage sack for Logan McCormick. Another stop for the Bison defense.
5th sack from McCormick on the season. Ethan Ratke in to attempt his 2nd one of the day. They blow the whistle first. He had connected from 26 a little earlier this afternoon.
Timeout, North Dakota State. Their first charge, 30-second timeout.
I'd say that the Bison were trying to put Ratke on ice, but it's too late. It's cold already. 16 teams are involved in the playoff of the FCS. There are actually 8 that play into it, so 24 in all. But it is the playoff that so many people really love to see, where you actually crown a champion and start with so many. Dusty, the FCS is the highest division in college football to hold a playoff tournament sanctioned by the NCAA. You like the system?
I think it's great. They play a lot of football, though. Yeah. Right? I mean, this is the 16th game.
This is January 11th, man.
For each of these respective teams. So they play a lot of football, but I do. It's a true champion, and what better finish can you have than 1 versus 2?
Ratke going to try it again. 39 yards out. Got it. Oh, it hit the upright. It hit the upright. No good. He had made the one that the call was made on the timeout.
Ooh. Doink's a word you don't like to hear if you're a kicker. It looked like that ball was trying to come in, try to come back.
Wow. So after moving the ball downfield and getting within scoring range, they come up empty.
Huge drive here for this JMU defense. Less than 2 minutes to go on the clock, already down 2 scores. Got to find a way to come up with a stop.
Hofield in the backfield takes the handoff. And Hofield pushed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. His dad was a 10-year pro in both the National Football League as well as the Canadian Football League. Adam Cofield out of Lee's Summit, Missouri, 5'11" junior. A little over 200 pounds. 2nd down and 8. 1:40 to go in the first half. Coach Signetti supportive of his starting quarterback there. And we got a JMU player down on the field that looks like
John Daka.
Yeah, Daka.
You got to have him. Outstanding defensive end, leading all the FCS coming in today in sacks and tackles for loss. Can ill afford to lose a guy with his skill set and productivity.
From the 25. And working on that right leg of Daka. McKinley, his backup. They'll run it to the wide side of the field. This is Ty Brooks. And Brooks picks up 6 on the play. Ty Brooks came into the game with 940 rushing yards, a 5'9" senior from Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah, definitely taking their time, and I guess depending on the outcome of this play, they're more than content to take it in the locker room up 11.
Closest call that the Bison have had in the playoff was a 9-3 win against Illinois State. They rectified their issues subsequent to that, as Lance keeps it himself. Do you see any of the blueprint that James Madison is using here today that Illinois State almost was able to trip them up with?
Well, Illinois State's defensive line just had an outstanding day against North Dakota State. They got after them. They shut down North Dakota State's running game. And so, no, from that standpoint, I have it. James Madison has not been able to slow down the running attack of the Bison so far here today, but that was the key. This Bison football team is so much built on the run game, just 3 yards a carry a couple of weeks ago against Illinois State.
So maybe hoping to get a stop out of his defense here and not let them score any more points before halftime. Lance taking a shot up top. Incomplete, intended for Sproles, and now there's a flag down on the far side of the field. Came in late as Charles Tutt was back there in coverage.
Pass interference, number 23 of the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Take a look here, Charles Tutt working on Sproles. Right hand.
Oh, yeah.
Grabbing the jersey.
That was easy. Rogers, what do you make of that one?
The rule says that if there's an obvious intent to impede the receiver to the ball, grabbing the jersey like that, pulling him back, that's a great call for defensive pass interference.
Right out of the rule book, Rogers. Thank you. 1st and 10, Lance. Incomplete at the 37-yard line, intended for Kaporis, the Western Michigan transfer. One of the great stories, and boy, that's a bad look for JMU. John Daka, one of their best pass rushers and players up front, hindered big time, unable to even put pressure on that leg.
Not a good sign. He's so integral to what they do, creating negative plays on the defensive side. Be a tough loss if he can't return.
We got Carter in there trying to do the heavy lifting up front. Lance, 6 seconds to go, hit hard at the 48-yard line with 3 seconds left. What do you do, a little Hail Mary here? Or?
Yeah, the clock management on this is just kind of odd. Looked like they were just content to take into the half. They take their shot down the field, and sure, now they're going to take a shot to the end zone, but it's almost as if they couldn't make their mind up on what they wanted to do. Now their quarterback on back-to-back plays taking shots.
Yeah.
Took a big shot there as he goes to the ground. The play before hit as he threw the football. So protect that quarterback. He's the merchandise, Jones.
Got to look after the product. A guy who's described as mature, prepares extremely well, a very calm disposition and demeanor, and loves football. Let's take a look at Fargo. All right, the lowest recorded temperature in Fargo, minus 39 Fahrenheit, recorded in February. The highest temperature, 114, July 6, 1936.
Ooh, opposite ends of the spectrum.
On the run, this is Dimitri Williams. And the clock expires. Williams down at the 29-yard line to end the first half of play. A little scuffle down in the field. Plenty of fight left in the Dukes. But they'll go into the locker room trailing by 11 points, with North Dakota State looking for their 8th national championship. Behind the Walter Payton Award winner, Trey Lance. Let's go downstairs to Olivia.
Thank you, Coach. James Madison averages over 41 points per game, holding them to 10 in this first half. What's been so effective?
Well, we were able to get them off schedule a little bit. That first series where they went right down the field, we struggled on 3rd down. We didn't do a good job of forcing them into some second and longs. Our kids are doing a better job of tackling. We need to continue to work on adjustment. They're going a little bit quick or faster than maybe what we anticipated. We got to get lined up a little bit quicker, but I think we can play better yet on defense.
How can you address that in the locker room for these guys who have been here so many times before?
We just got to have a better sense of urgency out there. We got too many guys. Hey, I love the fact that we're excited about making plays, but we got to get lined up and get ready for the next one.
Thanks, Coach, very much.
Thank you.
All right, they lead it by 11 points at the break. Coming up after the short break, Kevin Agandi, Jonathan Vilma, Mark Sanchez will join you from New Orleans, home of Monday night's college football playoff national championship game. In our halftime report, Trey Lance, make you dance.
Is anything less than perfect unacceptable? How close are you really to being perfect? And how do you keep that clean sheet?
The North Dakota State University Bison, 30 minutes away from perfection, as we welcome you back to the FCS National Championship game here in Frisco, Texas, Toyota Stadium, as we put a cap and begin a great weekend of championship football. Monday night, it's the National Championship, FBS, FCS here. A letter difference, but it's all about chips and winning titles. Dusty, as we start this third quarter, JMU, how do they get back into the ball game?
They've got to stop North Dakota State's ability to run the football. The Bison ran for over 200 yards in that first half. I think it's crucial. And also special teams, right? You had the Bison convert on a fake field goal for a touchdown, a missed field goal for JMU. But for them to get back in this game, they've got to slow down that rushing attack of North Dakota State.
Bison will get the football first here. This is Kobe Johnson. And Johnson brought down at the 25-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 from there for the offense of the Walter Payton Award winner, the top player in FCS football, Trey Lance. There's a look at some of the cogent numbers from the first half of play. James Madison missing a field goal opportunity late in the second quarter when the ball caromed off the upright. And now, amazingly, we have a transformation in weather with the sun coming out. Still kind of cold down there on the field and also up here in the booth, but much better looking than it was a couple of hours ago when we kicked off. How does this defense hold up? Lance brought down at the 27-yard line. Olivia, what do you have on James Madison University?
Well, Kurt Signetti is not happy. He told me that first half was not JMU football. And although Signetti's background is on offense, the first thing he brought up to me was defense. He said missed assignments, missed tackles. We're not playing to our standard. Good news for them, though, you see back on the field is John Daka. He went in before halftime, was stretching out. It was touch and go, according to Coach, for a little bit. He told me he wasn't even sure until I saw Daka run out. He's got the most sacks and tackles for loss in the FCS. Big win for them.
Yeah, Olivia, awesome news to have him back on the field for the Dukes. Cofield straight ahead, short of the first down, stopped up by Holloway after the 3-yard gain. I talked about the transformation in temperature and weather conditions here. This is what it looked like prior to kickoff. Players were out here warming up, including Christian Watson there, shirtless, even though the temperatures were around 19 degrees.
That's what you were doing in pregame, too. Where's that video?
Heck no. I had layers and layers on, Dusty. Got these hand warmers still I'm holding on to. Third down and 5. But a quiet day, though, for Watson as they fumble it. And North Dakota State gets it back. Trey Lance pouncing on the loose ball, but the Dukes get the stop that they needed on third down, so they're going to get the football on the punt.
A rarity for Trey Lance to put the ball on the ground at the mesh point, the exchange, as Lance pulls it. I think the running back, Dimitri Williams, thought he was going to keep it. Ball's on the ground. Lance is able to get on top of it, but a crucial stop out of half, first of the game for the JMU defense.
Now keep an eye on D'Angelo Amos, number 24. He has an 85-yard punt return for a touchdown this year. He gets an opportunity on this one, but he's going to be wrapped up right away at the 39-yard line. Good coverage by Michael Tutsi. But Ben DiNucci will have good starting field position on this opening drive of the third quarter. Don't forget, coming up on Monday, Bourbon Street, as they laissez le bon temps rouler. Woohoo, wee wee. They let the good times roll down there, Dusty. Going to be some great football.
Good times
in LSU.
All weekend, the football on Monday.
You big
some beads?
Etouffee guy? Or?
Oh, yeah. That
really?
Food,
that's you, huh?
That's my favorite food-eating city in the country. As good as it gets.
First down and 10. DiNucci completes it. That's Riley Stapleton. The Stapleton brothers had a huge first half combined. They had 103 yards receiving between them. The rest of the team had 9.
Safe to say they've been a staple for this offense so far.
Loving that.
Dylan Stapleton, just excellent tight end, and Riley, such a mismatch at 6'5" outside.
They fake the jet sweep and hand it off to Ajay Obase. And he's brought down about 5 yards shy of the first down. Ajay Obase ran for almost 1,200 yards during the regular season. How big would it be for the Dukes to get a score on this opening drive of the quarter?
It started with the defense, and now the offense already on the move, and we've seen them all day go a little up tempo.
Ajay Obase still on the loose. And another first down all the way down to the 27-yard line. 16-yard pickup that time.
Well, there's penetration up the field by the Bison defense, and it's patience and excellent cut. Put the right foot in the ground, make a man miss, and Ajay Obase out in the open field, and the Dukes are on the move.
Junior from Frederick, Maryland, getting a breather. They hand it off to Palmer, the true freshman, Latrell Palmer.
He's a bigger, more physical running back, true freshman, as you mentioned, but he's 5'11", almost 230 pounds, and he lowered the shoulder, lowered the boom there on a Bison defender before he went to the ground.
And a stoic, stone-faced look from head coach Kirk Cignetti. 2nd and 4. They hand it off again to Palmer. The true freshman comes up about 1.5 yards shy of the first down. 3rd down coming up. 2 to go. Opening drive of the third quarter. And Palmer's going to get the first down with a couple yards to spare at the 16-yard line. So now the Dukes are rolling up their sleeves and looking very much like the Dukes of that opening drive of the ball game when they marched it down the field into the end zone.
A little bit of physicality there on that run, a couple of quality runs. The true freshman Palmer inside zone, not much there, but he fights his way for a first down, and as you mentioned, most productive drive since the opener.
1st and 10. Ajay Obase staying on his feet, picks up 8 inside the 10-yard line. Coach Cignetti said that he got an inspirational text from his sister Lisa earlier this week. Amongst all the chatter and all the static and noise, the text simply said, quote, "You got this." Ajay Obase stopped up that time, right near the line of scrimmage. 3rd down coming up. Still going quick. Little receiver screen complete. Stapleton nowhere to go. Trying to fight for extra yards, and an intriguing 4th down coming up now as Josh Hayes makes the tackle.
This is an outstanding individual effort by Josh Hayes outside. Take a look at him fight through this. 2 brothers down there, both the Stapletons, 84. Dylan, Josh Hayes gets his hands on him, throws him to the ground. makes a huge tackle in the open field on the big 6'5", 230-pound receiver, Riley Stapleton. Yeah. Josh Hayes rolling the sleeves up and getting work done on the perimeter.
Impressive tackle on the edge. In comes Racky, missed one, bouncing one off the upright earlier from 39, this one from 27. And no doubt about that one. So they cash in a field goal on their opening drive of the third quarter. Cignetti wanted a little bit more. The defense going to get another opportunity for a stop as Rondell Carter breaks it down for us.
I came here to James Madison. Great program, great institution. Been around some great teammates, and I've been blessed with these guys. I have a chance to go out with a W for my final game, and there will be nothing short of amazing if I can do that.
The signs tell the story. Signs everywhere. Call themselves the Beasts of the East in Harrisonburg. Percy ready to go to work when they get back on the field.
That's good on you, Jones.
That's the coat I was looking for.
Yeah.
Somebody bought it before me.
Got you too.
Darn it. Good look. Got some drip. Kobe Johnson on the kickoff return for the Bison. And Johnson brought down at the 26-yard line. The state of North Dakota. I'm not sure I've ever eaten northern pike. I've had every other type of fish, Dusty.
Oh, it's delightful.
Is it a whitefish?
Oh,
yeah. Is it gamey or not?
Tasty.
Okay. I'll take mine blackened. The 39th state in the union. Got a lot of people up in Minnesota. Haven't ventured across the border to North Dakota yet. I got to get that chain. Lance out of the backfield and a good open field tackle on Cofield by the linebacker Dimitri Holloway. It was so good, we want to let you hear it. Listen to this. Get that chain. Lance out of the backfield and a good open field.
Nice hit there by the fifth-year senior Dimitri Holloway all over the field. Nice secure tackle in open space.
He was hurt in the first quarter of the 2016 title game, and a chance for atonement and redemption here against the Bison this afternoon. Lance backside heat. Oh, he felt him coming and shook off the would-be sack and made a play out of it. That is why he is the top player in FCS football.
Watch John Daka come off the edge here. Comes clean. Again, no panic. Off the edge. John Daka going to be a slide to the right. He beats the running back, gets clean, and Trey Lance feels that pressure from his left, steps underneath it, and is able to get to the perimeter and pick up enough to get a first down. Huge play by Trey Lance.
You played the position. What's that feel like when you miss a freebie like that?
Oh. Bad feeling, my friend.
Cofield on the run.
Can't leave money on the field. That's what happens when you leave sacks on the field. But that's a huge part of what makes Trey Lance so tough to defend. Right. I mean, he's got eyes in the back of his head, and he's constantly looking down the field, so if somebody comes open, he'll pull the trigger.
Yeah, head coach Cignetti said they want to be fast, physical, relentless, but play with controlled emotion. Technique. 2nd down and 7. A look at the numbers on Trey Lance today. He's rushed for over 1,000 yards this season. And attempts another one here, but barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Wayne Davis, the Ohio State Buckeye transfer, making the tackle on the play. And a 3rd down coming up in a blink for the Bison.
Yeah, Davis is their nickel back. They bring him off the edge quite a bit there, and that was a slow developing quarterback counter. Davis unscathed off the edge, gets there and gets Lance to the ground, setting up for today an uncommon 3rd and long situation. This is where these defensive ends, these guys that have accumulated 28 sacks combined, these two have got to be able to get home.
Showtime for them. Lance gets protection, throws it up, and incomplete. Batted away by Wayne Davis. On consecutive plays, he comes up big for JMU.
Well, there was no pressure. Outstanding job by the Bison offensive line. Gave Trey Lance plenty of time to survey the field, but it was Wayne Davis. We talked about the nickelback undercutting the route in excellent position. And really, Jonesy should have had probably the first Trey Lance interception of the season. Either way, second punt for this Bison offense in the second half. Great start for the JMU defense.
You saw a shot of D'Angelo Amos back deep, standing at his own 25-yard line. He's taken one back 85 yards this year on punt return for a touchdown. But great downfield tackling there in the open field by Ross Kennelly. Smothered, swarmed, and stopped. The long snapper getting downfield and making a play. Amos with nowhere to go.
Well, last year, James Madison lost their head coach, Mike Houston, and rumors about his departure started to swirl around right before playoffs. People within the program said that caused a lot of unrest within. The team was unfocused, and they ultimately underachieved. So this time around, when coach rumors started swirling about Kirk Cignetti, he decided to handle it himself. He didn't want history to repeat itself, so he tweeted a simple reply, "No, it's not." And he said that set him up for a strong playoff run.
Keeping things level. Great job, Olivia, as Jawan Hamilton runs it for a couple of yards. Jackson Henke making the stop.
Just wanted to alleviate any concern, right?
Right.
Didn't want his players thinking this could be happen. Change the mindset of this football team.
Because they hear that too, right?
Absolutely. Everybody hears the noise, and they're fired up. Kirk Cignetti over on the sidelines trying to get James Madison their third national championship.
2nd and 8 for DiNucci. Spins out of trouble. And picks up about 3. The ball coming up after he was down. Wagee making the stop on the play. And 3rd down at about middle distance to go. 6 to go.
98 Matt Beagler, defensive tackle. Quality rush there. Gets a piece of DiNucci. He's able to sidestep and get a little bit of extra yardage, but really quality inside rush by the Bison.
Brandon Polk split to the top of your screen with all that speed. Been a somewhat quiet afternoon for him. DiNucci comes over the middle, complete to Stapleton. That's Wiley, who extends the ball, trying to pick up the first down, and it looks like they're going to give it to him on a very auspicious spot. A 6-yard gain.
When the James Madison offense has needed a play, you know who it's going to. It's one of the Stapleton brothers, Riley Stapleton, with yet another big catch for the Dukes.
With a big semifinal game, a couple of touchdown catches against Weber State to get them here. 1st and 10 from the 24. DiNucci backs out pressure and swallowed back at the 17-yard line. That's going to be a sack by Derek Tuska. That's 13.5 sacks for him on the year.
Oh, Tuska working on Raymond Gillespie. Watch him just right here, coming off the edge. First team All-American, gets the rip up, relentless in his pass rush, and talking with defensive coordinator David Braun, he told us about his motor. Just a relentless football player, and this year's conference defensive player of the year.
And a heck of a pilot, too.
That's right.
Get him to charter us. 2nd and 17. DiNucci completes it. Ravenel makes the catch to pick up 7. While the Duke Nation, JMU Nation, showing up in numbers big time here in Frisco, Texas. Under a luminous, radiant sky now here in Frisco. Trying to hang on to the football. Down by 8. 3rd and long.
Got to watch right here on this 3rd down. Riley Stapleton. He's been the go-to guy this entire afternoon.
DiNucci, all kinds of real estate. Throws it. Was he over the line of scrimmage? It was close. completes it to Stapleton. But we got a flag on the play. As I said, he might have been over the line of scrimmage when he threw that.
By a full 2 yards.
Yeah.
Illegal forward pass. Number 6 of the offense was beyond the line of scrimmage when the pass was thrown. 5-yard penalty from that spot. Loss of down, 4th down.
The black line there on the replay represents the line of scrimmage, so as you could tell at home, clearly past the line of scrimmage, an easy call and the correct call by the officials.
So the punt unit comes on, led by Harry O'Kelly. And the Bison will get decent field position after this punt. O'Kelly averaging about 39 yards per. Trevor Height standing back there at his own 41. O'Kelly hasn't had any block this year. Rolls out in a high end-over-end kick. Height with the fair catch all the way back at the 34. A 45-yard punt, nothing on the return. 1st and 10 for Lance.
Timeout on the field.
When we come back.
Mark Jones, as I've done all year, I'm trying to educate you. People have tried to get the name changed to just Dakota because they think the North in the name makes the state sound cold. It ain't the name, it's the state that makes it cold.
No, it's cold. You're right. Monday night, LSU taking on Clemson in the college football playoff national title game. And for the 7th straight year, our MegaCast will have you covered from every platform, TV, radio, digital, so many ways to watch and listen to the biggest game of the year, college football national championship, college football playoff national championship game, Monday at 8 Eastern. Which one are you going to watch?
All of them. I'm all in the rotation. I'm going to have my ESPN app going on my iPad. Going to have a little bit of everything. Clicking all around. Love the MegaCast.
You'll be sitting in your man cave just setting your remote on fire, huh?
Watching an outstanding football game like we have on display here.
From the 35, 1st and 10. He gives up the middle to Adam Cofield. Nowhere to go. Ran into a wall of tacklers. Led by Rondell Carter, amongst others.
Rondell Carter, John Daka. I really think that entire defensive line there, winning the point of attack, winning the line of scrimmage, something they didn't do very often in that first half. But a 3rd drive here for the Bison in the 2nd half. And JMU has resurfaced from halftime with a different mindset on the defensive side of the football.
2nd and 9, backs lining up out of the eye. Hits his man out of the backfield, the fullback, Lupke, and he picks up a 1st down. Hunter Lupke out of Spencer, Wisconsin. 6'1" freshman, 249 pounds with a nice catch.
And this is part of the problem. Watch him just sneak out. When you load up to stop the run game, you're overcommitted, and you forget about a fullback just sneaking out to the flats and an easy pitch and catch for Trey Lance.
Hunter Lupke. Backs out of the eye again. Ellison goes in motion and sets. Comes out quick, pass complete. Down to the 30-yard line, Ellison with the catch.
Ben Ellison's had an outstanding career. Watch how quick the ball comes out. Boom. Hits his back foot, ball's out. Right on his target, Ben Ellison. Big tight end, all alone. Nice job of recognition by Trey Lance and getting the ball out quick to his intended target.
From Hawley, Minnesota, about 20 miles east of Fargo. That's the 2nd longest pass of the day. Ellison was a big-time prospect coming out of high school. Had a bunch of big-time offers, including Purdue. Under a minute to go in the 3rd. On the reverse. Nowhere to go for Christian Watson. They were waiting on that. Daka was there, and he had a little bit of company, too. Big loss on the play.
Well, earlier we saw the setup. Sproles kept it. They faked it to Watson. This time they're going to toss it to Watson. Watch Daka here, and then the outside cornerback. Both these guys stay at home and are right there to make the play on the reverse and shut Christian Watson down for nothing and a huge loss, putting the Bison way behind the sticks.
Let's look at Watson, a guy that can really fly. Hasn't been able to cut it loose here today. Lance keeps it himself and is stopped up behind the line of scrimmage. This defense is really energized us.
Well, this is a defense that you watch on tape. #1 in the FCS rush defense, giving up just over 61 yards per game on the year. That's not who we saw in the first half, but that's exactly who showed up and has the Dukes back in this game here in the second half.
They have been intransigent and impervious in the third. The FCS College Football Championship continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Can the Bison keep rumbling? It's been a decade of dominance for North Dakota State University and the Bison. The lineage is very impressive. The procession of hardware and championships is unprecedented at this level. 15-0 entering the game today, 36 consecutive wins. But that is the standard. Anything less than a championship is a season of unfulfilled expectations. 3rd and 23 for North Dakota State. Lance on the move. Trey Lance. Trey again. Touchdown. 44 yards for the score.
Wow, this guy is electric. They held Trey Lance to -1 yards rushing in that third quarter, and he opens up the fourth quarter with a massive play. 3rd and 23, that can't happen. Can't happen. No spy for Trey Lance, no one to account for him. And he hits the afterburners and takes it to the house. What a play by the redshirt freshman.
His 14th rushing touchdown of the season, 16th of his career, and he demonstrates why. He won the Walter Payton Award last night as the outstanding player in FCS. They go up by 15, and what a way to start the final 15 minutes.
Take a look at this play. It's going to be a designed run play. Trey Lance, and once he identifies man-to-man coverage, he's going to see this hole coming back here, and it's off to the races. They're in man-to-man coverage, like I mentioned, no spy. It's not zone coverage, so there's not a bunch of eyeballs on the quarterback. A couple of nice blocks down the field, and the rest is Trey Lance. A back-breaking play by the redshirt freshman. Again, 3rd and 23, and you let him out the gate and to the house for an exclamation mark to start this fourth quarter.
You think about the daunting task that stood before him when camp opened back in the fall. Taking over from Easton Stick, the winningest quarterback in FCS history. Great lineage at that position with Carson Wentz, Brock Jensen, Easton Stick. Trey Lance, one of the most dynamic football players, Dusty, that we've seen all year.
Yeah.
We've done 18 weeks of this. This is one of the best quarterbacks, football players we've seen. Does he remind you of anyone in particular? Does he fit the mold of anyone you've seen?
Yeah,
or?
Trey Lance. I mean, you know what I mean? Hey, this guy, he's fantastic, and you saw the physicality and his ability as a runner, but it's been on display today more so than probably all season. He's a fantastic thrower, too, but I'm just so impressed by the poise and how the moment isn't too big for a redshirt freshman.
DiNucci fakes the toss, takes a shot downfield, complete to the 45-yard line. Going back a little bit, I was hoping that maybe you might go like poor man's Lamar Jackson for me in college at Louisville.
Oh, they're different kind of players.
Okay.
I don't see much, if any, Lamar.
He took off pretty well. I'm just saying.
I mean, he can roll. Yeah. He's more of a big physical back, whereas Lamar Jackson is.
He's Lamar.
He's got speed bursts going all the time. Nice play there behind the line of scrimmage.
Jay Obase being brought down by Kaiser. Kaiser, a guy that does so many different things for them defensively. The Dukes need to answer here. It's pretty simple. DiNucci. Wow. Jay Obase wasn't expecting it. And it's incomplete, setting up 3rd down and 12.
Good pressure. DiNucci on the move, trying to just make something happen. Quarterback, running back, not on the same page. You kind of feel like, Jonesy, very crucial 3rd and 12 here early on in the 4th quarter.
Coach Signetti talked about the seniors and the great leadership they've had and done this year. DiNucci had it tipped at the line, almost picked off by Jabril Cox. Instead, it's 4th and long, and they'll have to punt it away.
Was inside presence. The defensive tackle's able to get his hand up. Watch here. As he comes inside, tees it inside. It was 53. Cole Karch, as they ran an inside game, as he's coming across, gets his right hand up, gets enough of the football to force the punt.
There's a look at Trevor Height back there for the punt from Harry O'Kelly, standing at his own 30-yard line. A low line drive, rugby-style punt that dribbles all the way down to the 21-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Trey Lance and North Dakota State, looking for their 8th national title to take back to Fargo, North Dakota.
Mark Jones, I had a question for you. How many secret societies can you think of? Well, James Madison has one called N8. They say that they're a benevolent charitable organization supporting the JMU community.
Oh, so you think you got me on this, right? You think you got me on this, don't you? I think I got one for you.
What you got?
There's one at Princeton, I think, called a A7 or something like that. Or you at Virginia?
I mean, quick guess.
Virginia, yeah.
Quick guess. We got a game to call, man. During the break, you can Google it. See if you can figure it out.
Oh, you trying to say I'm cheating? Trey Lance on the run. Picks up about 3 yards on the play. Trey Lance played in a couple of games as a true freshman last year, and former 3-star recruit, one of the top or higher rated quarterbacks they've ever had come to North Dakota State. Always felt that he wanted to play for the Bison. Last night, his dad, Carlton, accepting the award on his behalf. He was studying his playbook and getting his rest. 2nd and 7. Lance will set up a 3rd down and about 2. Picks up 5. Well, folks, for more information about the FCS College Football Championship, visit NCAA.com, your online home of the NCAA Championships.
And this is a great event, by the way. Frisco has become home to this championship setting, and I just think from the fan base to this beautiful stadium to everything surrounding this game being on ABC, awesome for the FCS and for these players and coaches and fan bases.
The Dukes need a stop here. Lance runs it, comes up short. They get the stop on 3rd and 2. It'll be 4th and about 1. You know, they said Tyler Roll, the offensive coordinator for the Bison, told us in our meeting yesterday, hey, they got some dudes on defense, especially those defensive ends, Daka and Rondell Carter.
Wayne Davis there, the nickelbacks made several plays here in this 2nd half. Unblocked, coming off the edge, he flies in and gets the big hit on Trey Lance to force 4th down.
So Tyler Roll, the former player at North Dakota State University, been there for 12 years, and nobody knows the culture and understands the corporate knowledge better than he does. A great punt by Wegner. Drives Amos all the way back to the 20. A dangerous punt returner. They could use one here. Amos still on his feet, weaving his way across midfield patiently, and puts JMU in good starting field position here. Looked like he was trapped, but he does his best Harry Houdini act on a 52-yard punt. He takes it back 34.
Okay, you know those apps that you feel like you would just be lost without? Well, here's one that you would actually just be lost without. If you're a North Dakota State fan and you come to Frisco for this game, you got to have the Bison tracker, guys. They made an app. See all the green dots? That is where you can find all your fellow Bison fan. And then you click on places. It shows you what bars and restaurants they're all out watching. So you can see all the numbers piling in. What a genius idea that every school going to these big bowl games, these big championship games, you need their tracker, guys. How great.
Yeah, Olivia, there's a big cluster of Bison fans at our hotel.
They're everywhere.
You didn't need the app to find them either. Under 11.5 minutes to go. A handoff up the middle to Latrell Palmer. And Palmer stopped up after a gain of about 4 on the play. Tell you what, if you live in Fargo, North Dakota, and you're making your way down to Frisco, that's something that you need to get on your phone.
It's like Fargo South here.
Feels
Frisco
like it.
in January. Yes, it does.
2nd and 6. This is Palmer again with the first down. Down to the 31-yard line. Latrell Palmer on consecutive runs gets 11.
I love this patience here. This is a power downhill runner, but watch him show the patience. Test the right side, nothing there, keeps with it, and then it opens up off the left side for a big pickup. Nice piece of running by the true freshman.
Jay Obase back in the ball game at tailback. Now they run a little wildcat formation with Gage Maloney. New quarterback in. Maloney in for a play for DiNucci, picks up 7.
DiNucci's in the game.
Yep.
He's just down here wide receiver. DiNucci down here at the bottom.
Yeah, Maloney in, taking another direct snap. Might have gained a yard on that play. So Shane Montgomery, the offensive coordinator, giving them a different look defensively. Under 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. They trail by 15. And now DiNucci comes back under center. And Maloney splits out wide. Down there with Brandon Polk. Polk has been very quiet so far today. They hand it off on the run, and all the way down to the 15 is Latrell Palmer again. And they pick up a first down, an 8-yard gain.
What a second half here by Latrell Palmer. Physical first down run.
Dukes need a touchdown here. Palmer again gets his number called. And piled up at about the 12, game 2. Palmer, true freshman, 5'11", 228 pounds. Out of Boyd's, Maryland. He and Jay Obase and Hamilton sharing the carries this afternoon. Right now they've got Ajay Obase in. And DiNucci split wide again. They hand it off to Ajay Obase. As Maloney came back in under center, or at least out of the shotgun to take the snap. What do you make of the different looks? Thought process, any guess?
Interesting. I mean, clearly it's a lot of run. We've seen quarterback run with it and then just a handoff there, but I'd expect at this point, inside the red area, what about Riley Stapleton? 6'5", 230 pounds. Lined up right there with his brother. We saw a similar formation earlier. He caught a slant. To Riley Stapleton.
Been a big afternoon for the Stapleton brothers. Gets the call, makes the catch. But it looks like he stopped up short of the first down. That was Riley Stapleton making the reception. Do you take a field goal or do you go for it here on 4th?
Oh, you can't kick a field goal. No. You're down 15 points with 8 minutes to go. This is go time. You need 2 touchdowns without question. A little surprised we don't see Palmer in the game here. He's been more their power running back here in the 4th quarter, but unexpected inside handoff.
Great numbers on 4th down, and
left guard moved. Left guard moved.
Travell Wilson, number 69.
False start. 69 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Boy, you talk about imploding, partner.
And not
a grievous error there.
He's just going to give a little bit of movement right before. Easy call for the official. Now it backs him up. Throw down territory.
They're 12 of 12 on their last 4th down conversion attempts.
Stapleton brothers to the top of your screen. Tight to the offensive line.
Danucci looks left, now comes back the other way. Gonna try and take off, do it himself, put his hat down, and played a little muscle ball. Let's see where they spot it. It looks like he got it. It is right on the stripe. Boy, Ben DiNucci figured it was time to do it himself.
He knew he had to make a play. He had to be tough, physical. Boom! Runs through the contact to move the sticks. What a crucial first down for the senior Ben DiNucci.
7:06 to play. Polk in motion. DiNucci tries to hit the corner. Incomplete for Polk. Stops the clock with 6:59 to go. 2nd and goal.
That's one that DiNucci wishes he had back. Polk came clean out of his break. Little pick route there. Opened him up clean, and just an overthrow of an open Brandon Polk.
Polk lines up to the top of your screen this time. Palmer in the backfield. Little receiver screen, complete. Touchdown Stapleton. Riley. So the Stapleton brothers doing it again. And here come the Dukes with 6:55 to go. Ben DiNucci with the big conversion on that 4th down run.
Well, it's 2 tight ends out here. He's going to seal here. He's going to seal here. It opens wide up. And then the big physicality of Riley Stapleton, who we've talked about from the opening drive. He's 6'5", 230. He's a tough cover and tough to tackle. Huge touchdown drive by James Madison.
It's an 8-point game. Back in 2017, it was another close one, just like this one shaping up to be. DiNucci with a great delivery for the touchdown. Plenty of football left. Hey, Monday night at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN. It's the College Football Playoff National Championship game presented by AT&T. Heisman winner Joe Burrow, number 1 LSU, Trevor Lawrence, number 3 Clemson at Mercedes-Benz Superdome in the Big Easy. That's on ESPN, also on the ESPN app. The game that has been highly anticipated, hotly debated Monday night.
I can't wait, man. I'm fired up. Who you got, man? You've been asking me all day. And don't say Tigers, because they're both Tigers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Clemson. And I just think that their experience in this situation and the fact that they really do feel, I think, like they've been snubbed most of the year.
Almost a touchdown underdog. Yeah. I think Dabo doesn't like that to play it up.
Their catch at the 21-yard line. And in case you were wondering, that is what our promotional football looks like. Man, you give me that
Come
ball.
on, man.
You know you'd never touch me. When you look at the way that Clemson's defense lines up,
I had to fumble. Ball's on the ground. I don't know what happened. Ball's on the ground.
Okay, Clemson's defense against LSU's offense. Key matchup.
Isaiah Simmons. and how they disguise him. Because the thing is, if Joe Burrow knows what's coming, forget about it. You have to disguise pre-snap, post-snap, and I think Isaiah Simmons allows so much versatility for Coach Venable's defense.
Trey Lance going to keep it himself, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. Olivia, you got a little bit more on that game Monday.
Well, that's right. You said how much Dabo Swinney loves being that underdog, and he's got new bulletin board material for his crew just with location of this game. He said, hey, it's a home game for LSU. It'd be like if Clemson were playing the national title game in Greenville, South Carolina. That's the excuse he used. And then Laura Rutledge is covering the game. She told me that Coach O said today he circled this game on the calendar knowing it's in New Orleans. Said, hey, we had to figure out a way to get there. It's a great story.
Coach O knows. Pass complete to the tight end, Gindorf. It was deflected too, but tremendous concentration by him for the 22-yard gain.
Concentration's it. Watch Landon Ward, the linebacker, right in the throwing lane. Deflects the ball. Gindorf, concentration, eyes on it, strong hands, brings it in. I love the tight ends for North Dakota State. Ellison, we talked about. Gindorf, Babbage, both sophomores. They use all three highly productive players in the run and throw game.
From the 45, first down and 10. Lance keeps it himself. And close to another first down. They give him the first down at the 45 of JMU. You talked about it a little bit earlier, Dusty. Ellison, 5 touchdowns. Babbage, 5 touchdowns. Gindorf, 6. I don't know that I've seen that on another roster our entire season where those tight ends have so many touchdowns receiving.
When you get in the red area, that's what happens. And watch here. Look at this block. There's Babbage. Look at him just sealing the edge and allowing Lance to get there. So it's the touchdown receptions, and they spread the wealth. But the blocking on the perimeter is so crucial to this offense.
And first and 10, they hand it off to Adam Cofield. Plowing ahead for a couple more yards with 5:16 to go. The clock running. JMU with 3 timeouts remaining.
And one other aspect, it helps that the offensive coordinator, Tyler Roll, is also the fullbacks and tight ends coach, right? So he's making sure that all his guys are able to eat, keeping them happy, getting them their touches in the red zone.
Remember, Tyler Roll goes down in folklore for North Dakota State. He had a big game in that win against the Minnesota Gophers back in the day. It's not unusual for the Bison to upset an FBS team yearly. 2nd and 8. Lance going to run it inside the 40 down to the 39. So it's up a 3rd down and about 4 to go. Daka making the tackle.
Working this clock right now.
They can afford to be pretty purposeful here, leading by 8.
You have to think quarterback run game, right? I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that Trey Lance is going to have this football in his hands. See if the Dukes can come up with the answer and get a stop.
Watson split to the top of your screen. And Ellison took off a little bit early. And that looks like it's going to go against the Bison.
False start. 82 the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Ellison, one of those veterans, a senior.
Corey Heatherman, defensive coordinator for JMU. We haven't seen many spy techniques today, but they're going to have to do something to account for the quarterback run game and Trey Lance. We saw it earlier on 3rd and 23. They elected to play man-to-man coverage, opened up the middle of the field, and Trey Lance made them pay. How do they defend Trey Lance in the quarterback run game here? Going to be important.
Here's his show, and they stop him short by about 2 yards. So it's 4th down coming up on the fringes of field goal range for Crosa, whose long this year is only 46.
Oh, it's go time right now.
Yep, they're going to keep the offense on the field.
Matt Ince, first-year coach, aggressive. We saw the aggressive play calling earlier with the fake field goal. Now, as we're ticking down to 3 minutes, a first down doesn't ice it, but it puts you in great situation. Play the game right here, Mark Jones.
3 minutes away from perfection. Lance keeps it, and he's going to be stopped up short.
No.
The Dukes look like they stopped them short. Let's see where they spot it. You can never be sure. And that's going to be first down coming back the other way. James Madison University. 2 minutes 51 to go. And a march towards perhaps potentially tying this game up. Folks, ESPN Plus takes you inside the college football playoff with behind-the-scenes access from the semifinals. Part 3 of the 4-part series is now streaming on ESPN Plus. Some great access and insights to some of the inner workings of the college football playoff. Just under 3 minutes to go here. And all year, James Madison University has felt quietly that this game against North Dakota State was preordained. If they would have another shot at atonement and retribution for that loss a couple of years ago in the title game. Latrell Palmer with a nice run, picks up about 7 on the play. One of these 2 streaks will come to an end. The Bison at 36 straight, the Dukes with 14 in a row. Benucci hands it off to Hamilton. Hamilton with a first down into Bison territory at the 49, a 7-yard pickup. He's got 3 timeouts remaining.
Nice piece of running there by Juwan Hamilton. Patient, and then burst through the hole when it opened up for a first down.
They throw it out, looking for the double pass, and a sack back to the 42 by Jabril Cox.
So it's a double pass, and it's extremely well defended. The tight end's going to try to come on a deep post, and he's covered. So Danucci's going to take the pass, and he's looking down the field, and really it's just a 1-receiver route. And it's perfectly covered by the safeties of North Dakota State. You see 6, James Hendricks, former quarterback. We've talked about his father was a high school coach. Very smart football player. He was not going to be fooled. They had been trying to set that up, Jonesy, over and over with Maloney, Danucci, in and out. They tried to hit him with the big shot down the field. Well defended by North Dakota State.
Well, tonight after the NFL Rewind on ESPN, stick around for SportsCenter. Michael Eaves, Zubin Mehenti. They'll have the Ravens-Titan postgame coverage, plus Vikings 49ers highlights, media day for LSU Clemson this morning in New Orleans. Hear from players and coaches. SportsCenter tonight at 1 a.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. Danucci back in the shotgun. 2nd and 18, 3 receivers out. Danucci completes the pass to his tight end, Dylan Stapleton. And Stapleton gets back some of that yardage out to the 49-yard line, a pickup of 9. 3rd down, under 2 minutes to go.
Taking a while to get this play in. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Obviously on 3rd down, you want to get the right play in, but
you think at some point they take the top off a little bit. Poke is split to the bottom of your screen. Comes back over the middle to Stapleton. Dylan Stapleton. He's going to be stopped up about 4 yards short of the first down. 1:15 to go.
Zone coverage. Dylan Stapleton setting up just inside linebacker depth. Easy pitch and catch. And again, clock's rolling, man. Clock management right here. Not very good for James Madison.
Play clock all the way down to 18. A stop here for the Bison gives them their moment of enshrinement. The shuffle pass, and it looks like he's going to have just enough. Let's see where they spot it. And they're going to give him the first down. Hamilton brought down by Hankey. 49 seconds to go, the clock running. Danucci under duress. Can't give up a sack and throws it away. He was outside the pocket and the ball beyond the line of scrimmage. Good pressure by Karch.
His job to keep his balance. It looked as if he was falling backwards in a spot that, as you mentioned, you just cannot take a sack. I love the 4th down call. I like the innovation. Little shovel pass underneath. I just hated how much time.
The previous play is under review in the spot relation to the first down.
We're going to go back and look at that
Wow,
fourth down
the last one.
The fourth down play.
So Coach Signetti getting a clarification. And the Bison on that last play looked like they were running guys onto the field at the time that the ball was snapped. So they're going to review the spot of the first down on the previous play. That was the announcement from the field. .41 seconds to go. The ball right now spotted at the 39. And what a riveting finish here in Frisco, Texas, as North Dakota State looks for its 8th national championship. And amazingly, its 37th win in a row. They're reviewing the spot from the previous play. A little shuffle pass for the first down. Let's take one more look at it as we wind it back.
Gets hit falling forward. I mean, when he goes down, it looks as if that ball is right there on the yellow 9, which would be the 39. Rogers, anything you see that's going to overturn this call?
I think it's going to be very difficult to overturn it because the ruling on the field was a first down. Let's see this replay right here. The question is where the ball is, when a body part other than the, now the body part is down, so that's the spot where the ball should be. So it's a little short of that line, but I can't. It's hard to tell where that is in relation to the line to gain. So my opinion is they'll have to let this stand because I don't think there's indisputable evidence to overturn it.
41 seconds to go. Still waiting. We're going to take one more look with our line there as well.
Leg down.
Yeah.
I think the ball's right there.
I got to be honest.
Right there.
We're going to get the call right now.
Right down the line. It's very difficult.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands as a first down. Please reset the game clock to 50 seconds.
I think that's the only outcome they could have because without that line, without a camera right down the line, you can't tell.
Thank you.
A little bit of parallax makes it look different, so I think we're good.
They're going to rewind the clock to 50 seconds. Ball at the 39. 4 receivers out.
First down.
Danucci is taking the snap. Jay Obase in the backfield. First and 10. Danucci into traffic. Almost picked off by James Hendricks. Second down and 10 with 43 ticks to go.
James Hendricks plays safety, thinks like a quarterback, was reading the eyes the entire way. Excellent play, stepping in front of the pass.
Danucci into traffic again. Up high, and a great grab by Riley Stapleton.
Sometimes you're just bigger, badder, and you're going to go get it. Riley Stapleton, that's a 50-50 ball, and he just goes up and snatches it out of the air. Huge play for the 5th-year senior.
A 22-yard gain. There's an offside penalty against North Dakota State. Declined, first down from the 17. Jay Obase in the backfield. They need a touchdown. Burning a lot of clock here. 10 on the play clock. Danucci steps up into the end zone. Incomplete. Stops the clock with 16 seconds to go. Dusty, it feels like the clock is running off unnecessarily here.
Well, it's been poor clock management this drive. I mean, let's just call it what it is. They got 2 timeouts left and only 16 seconds. left on the clock after Stapleton went up and caught this pass. If they weren't able to get on the ball immediately, he should have used a timeout right there to regather themselves. But an excellent individual effort by Stapleton. Another offsides. Replay.
DiNucci, back shoulder fade, incomplete at the goal line, intended for Riley Stapleton, working against Josh Hayes. Let's see what this flag is all about.
The offsides in the left defensive
Offside.
end.
Number 99 of the defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
12 seconds to go. Figure you got a couple of plays here.
2, if not 3. There is 2 timeouts, so they are bleeding that matchup over there with Riley Stapleton.
Dillon also working. The goal, it's knocked up in the air, flag down, incomplete. Hayes and Stapleton were jostling. It looks like we got another pass interference against Josh Hayes. I mean, those guys are just wrestling on the sidelines. There's a lot of contact.
Yeah, I thought there was contact from both Stapleton as well as Hayes.
Pass interference, number 14 of the defense. That is a spot foul at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
See Stapleton
Please
try to push
reset
off.
the game clock to 8 seconds.
Hayes trying to be physical, jockey for position.
7 seconds to go. And James Madison University in the shadows of the goal line trying to even the score. Potentially with a touchdown, then going for 2. Hey, a reminder that fans can check out the ESPN app for the post-game trophy ceremony immediately following the game. So plenty of time to go. 8 seconds. Maybe 2 shots at this for James Madison. What do you think here coming down the stretch here, partner? I mean, it's one of the 2 Stapleton brothers.
Yeah, you know, you have a timeout, so you can run the football, okay? So if they get numbers and they feel like they can run the football, you have that, run it. You can always call a timeout and go back to it. But if you're going to throw it, I'd be surprised if we don't see it go to Riley Stapleton. He's got the size mismatch. They've gone to him all day long, so that's my guess. If the numbers provide it, run the football. If not, I think you take your shot on the outside with your big target.
Well, this is the time that quarterback Ben DiNucci has been desiring since training camp opened back in August. A chance to redeem himself when last season ended with that 5-interception performance against Colgate. 8 seconds to go, seeking atonement. DiNucci into the end zone, picked off! And it ends just like last year for Ben DiNucci. Hendricks with the INT. Hendricks with the pick and a bilious, odious rerun for Ben DiNucci, just like last year. Hendricks with his 5th pick of the season and the biggest one of the year for the Bison.
Okay, well, they're going to motion Brandon Polk across, okay? And they're going to try to set him up in the flats. He comes out. But it's James Hendricks, the safety, who reads it the entire way, knows exactly what he's getting, steps in front of the pass, and secures the 8th national championship for the North Dakota State Bison.
We asked you and told you what perfection looks and feels and sounds like. Well, you're looking at it right now. Ben DiNucci's afternoon ends in defeat. They're the first team since Yale to finish perfect, 16-0. Since 1894. You talk about record setting and record breaking. And Olivia standing by on the field with Coach Entz.
Okay, Coach, congratulations. Your first national championship as a head coach, and you were the defensive coordinator last year, and this one came down to defense very appropriately. What did you see on that last drive?
Well, you know what? Our guys continue to play. Had a chip on their shoulder all year long. We got an unbelievable staff. And then you got a senior making big-time plays for us.
3 straight national championship victories. How hard is it to keep that status quo?
Really hard. It's hard to be national champs and hard to win that many games in a row. And it's all good players. They handle every day like professionals.
That's amazing. Coach, you have a freshman quarterback who has yet to throw an interception. That's 16 games. How impressed are you by his play?
He just continues to impress. He's a student of the game. He's got the best quarterback coach in the country. And, Trey's a really special kid.
Congratulations, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You can call Trey Lance the Frisco Kid today because his team ends up with a trophy. Stapleton, both Ryan and his brother Dylan played an outstanding game today in their last college football games for JMU.
This streak now, we kind of touched on it earlier, but what stood out to me the most, studying this team, getting ready for this game and this program, is you've got 8 out of 9 national championships, but it's 3 different head coaches now, 4 different quarterbacks. It's more than one coach. It's more than one player. It's this Bison program. It's the buy-in, the culture that's been created there in Fargo, North Dakota, the buy-in from the players, the coaches, the community. Everybody has helped get this program in this position.
Folks, coming up next, College Football 150. Football is us, the college players. So long for Dusty and Olivia from Frisco, Texas. The emotion of the afternoon, tangible and palpable from the sidelines, both, but in particular, at the expiration of 60 minutes, North Dakota State. And first-year head coach Entz celebrating with the guy that put a lid on it. Conversely, in defeat, quarterback Ben DiNucci seeing his afternoon end in identical fashion as it did last year, with an interception. A costly one, a deleterious one, an injurious one, consoled by his teammates, but not much of a bomb in the long run. As we get ready for the presentation of the trophy, let's go downstairs to Olivia.
Okay, the North Dakota State Bison, congratulations. Look at this crowd as we look down here. This is as impressive a venue, as impressive a fan base as we've seen. And to present our most outstanding player trophy, we need our quarterback. We need our freshman quarterback without 1 interception all season in 16 games. Where's Trey Lance? We're on air.
Final championship video tribute.
Are you guys on air? Yes. Okay, here we go, Trey Lance. Very special moment. Trey, I got to talk to you after you guys won the semifinal game, and I asked you about your poise. How did your your poise come into this big one? This is when it all mattered.
I just remembered all the great players I have around me. You know, they do their job. Our coaches put me in great positions to be successful. And we just try to do it for all the Bison Nation out here that came out to Frisco. Shout out to those guys, and then obviously all the guys that came before us.
16-0 and not a single interception. That's incredible. That's almost unheard of. How do you describe what it took to stay perfect?
I got to give a shout out to Zeb and Noah, our two backup quarterbacks. They do everything for me. They love me, and obviously all the guys around me, these guys, love them to death, would do anything for them.
And the guys before you, Carson Wentz, Easton Stick. What kind of fraternity do you quarterbacks from the Bison State have?
Just nothing but love and respect from those guys and for those guys. They've done everything to put us in this position to be successful here on days like this. I love them to death. I know they love this program to death, so I'm super thankful for them.
Well, you let the sun come out. Trey, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And now to present the trophy, we have Dr. Mark Emmer, president of the NCAA. He's here to present you the Most Outstanding Player Trophy. Congratulations, Trey Lance. And now Dr. Mark Emmer will present the National Championship Trophy to head coach and the North Cascada Soap Bison.
I seldom ever think about it. I just think about 1-0 every week. And that's the same thing we talked about all week long, is we just got to win one more. We'll worry about the other ones later. Just keep winning.
I had the luxury of joining you guys in Fargo a couple weeks ago. What is the pride in Fargo, North Dakota?
Right here. This is the pride in Fargo, North Dakota. Hey, Bison pride. Everything we do, try to do it better than everybody. So it's unbelievable. This was supposed to be a rebuilding year. These kids said, no way. They're going to keep winning. That's what we do.
Probably the hardest question I'll ask you. How do you improve upon this season?
Watch. Just watch. We got to find a way.
Hey, that's a drop the mic moment if I ever heard it. Mark Jones, we'll send it back to you. Thank you to everyone here in Fargo. Fargo back at home, and here in Frisco. Feels like Fargo.
No question.
Thank you very much.
All right, Olivia. We posed the question at the start of the afternoon. What is perfection? Perfection, I guess, is absolute. After all, absolutely as in 16-0, 37 consecutive wins. Trey Lance, the trigger man, the catalyst, the beginning, middle, and end for North Dakota State. How do you improve on perfection? You'll have to check them out in 2020 to figure that out, folks. What a season it was for them. Final comment, Donnie? Dusty?
I'm in awe of this program, of what they've been able to do. 8 of 9, and Trey Lance, he is for real.
Well, for Dusty Dvorak and Olivia Decker and our talented gang behind the camera you never get a chance to see, that's it from here at the FCS Football Championship. Thanks for watching the post-game trophy ceremony.